if you love a game, you keep playing a game. And I think that's one of the most important things. I mean, we've seen, that's why it's been so great, for example, that, Arcs has put rollback netcode in Exert and stuff. We still play Super Turbo. We still play Third Strike. We play Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We play everything. And so, you know what? Street Fighter V was a great game at the end of its run, and it deserves to continue to be played.
Yes, so we want to give it a proper send-off here on the Fight Night series here on PlayStation. Speaking of PlayStation, actually, got another announcement to make. We actually advertised before. I'm pretty sure all the other events have been talking about this as well. There is a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that YouTube channel, only because the tournaments that we are streaming live right now, you can see it on the YouTube channel. It will be archived there as well. And there's plenty of other content revolving around esports for PlayStation and other forms of content on there as well. I might butcher that last part, but please sponsor, please go and subscribe to the channel there. And you know what, we can't big it up enough, because these guys have been putting tons of work. Shouts to the production team, and shouts to the guys handling the YouTube channel as well for making sure things are uploaded and archived swiftly and promptly. So much love to you guys. Make sure you subscribe to PlayStation Esports, I believe it is. I need to double check. Yes, PlayStation Esports. All right, cool. The voice of reason will bark in my ear if I said it wrong. They'll definitely do that. But James, we got a tournament format to run. Talk to us. What is the format for tonight?
I mean, it's the standard format of what we expect here. We've got double elimination tournament here, best of 3, until we get to, of course, winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals. Then it's best of 5 over there. But it is open qualifiers to get to the top 8. The top 8 is what we will be watching today. And so our players are going to be going up against each other. Again, very standard tournament format that we see here in the fighting game community all the time. But of course, these guys are playing for some prizes as well. Again, really cool that they could just sit at home, play some games, win some money. As you can see here, first place getting $200, second place with that $150, third place $100, fourth place $50. So, not a bad day of work right there, getting $200 for beating up some people in a video game, so it's good times. It's a lot of fun.
It is indeed. But let us take a look at the bracket. It is an 8-man bracket here, playing for this prize money. Top 4 get the prize money, of course. All right, we see some familiar faces here. We might have 1 or 2 new ones. Let me just double check. No, El Chapate, Mr. Puppy, Shadow Ace, Pongalong, Flux Waves, Nib Nib, Truth God, and El Gavilan. So actually, it is our usual crew tonight.
Yeah.
Obviously, the names get shifted around because these guys are regular here on the Fight Night series. So they've come to collect. Maybe I've got an idea. I've just had a thought, James.
Okay.
Maybe they're trying to earn some money to get the Ultimate Edition of Street Fighter. He's trying to upgrade. I see what the players are doing.
Buy some of those costumes, right? I mean, look, I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to get my way through World Tour mode because I need that alternate Kimberly costume. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So.
It is indeed. So yeah, we'll be seeing some Armika, Poison, Ed, I believe some Dalsim. I think
Dan,
right? Dan. I think we've got Oro. I think Oro's here. Do you know, it's only been like 3 weeks, to be honest, but it's been it's only been crazy. But you know what? It's good. We'll get onto this very shortly. But guys, do not forget, if you do enjoy what you see, not just from today's set of matches, but what you see in past broadcasts and maybe future broadcasts, then please consider heading on over to compete.playstation.com. That is where you can get signing up. You find out all the necessary details to find out when the tournaments are happening, how you can enter, the prize money, of course, and many more. There's a variety of games you can you can enter, of course. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll see the games there and how people have been enjoying the tournaments as well. I can't big up these guys enough. These guys have been doing so much work for you guys. The least you can do is check out that link and consider it. But what you can also do is, if you are wondering how you can communicate with some of these players, right? There is a Discord. Everyone's got Discord on their phones. Everyone's got Discord on their PCs. I remember a friend said, I don't even ask people, what's your WhatsApp? They go, what's your Discord? I'm like, whoa, that's 2020. That's 2023 behavior if I ever seen it. They go, what's your Discord? And Discord forced everyone to change their names, by the way. I see Discord. Anyway, You can join the PlayStation tournaments here with the community Discord to find the regular updates on esports events, articles, videos, and meet with other people as well. You can head on over to that link to join the Discord, or I know you've got smartphones. I need to upgrade my one, actually. That's a good reminder. You can hit the QR code right down there, and it will send you straight to the Discord, and you can join. You can converse with other people, like-minded gamers. So please, come on over to the PlayStation Discord.
Yeah, and you know, that's the important part too, is the community aspect. So as you play in these tournaments here, you're going to meet some of these players, and as you can see, these guys are running into each other all the time, get some sets, get some practice in, and that's what, honestly, fighting games, that's the most important part about fighting games, is finding that community, finding the people to play with, finding friends, and you know, maybe at some point in time trying to head to some of these offline events that are coming up. I know CEO is this weekend, for example, in Florida, and that's going to be some good times out there. It's going to be one of the first big tournaments, I think over 1,000 people for Street Fighter 6. So yeah, that's going to be a big telltale. Will we see modern controls? Will we see, you know, what will we see? Will Honda win? Kind of a thing. So
don't speak it into existence, please. Some people really do believe in that manifesting stuff. Right, but I know one of the players here today, El Chapate, he was considering going to see it, but he cancelled his trip last minute. And I do want to say as well, we do have his stats up here. Again, we've got Chapate here. He's been putting in copious amounts of work with the social media, with the Twitch, streaming fighting games. He actually streams pretty late hours. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, he's streaming, so I can have a stream on in the background. He's doing tons of content for Street Fighter 6, so make sure you give him a follow on Twitter and Twitch as well. He'll be going up first in this round of PlayStation Fight Nights. So you want to say something?
He's very convenient. He's a person that I get to raid a lot because I also stream very late. And if I'm streaming late and he's still awake and he's in Michigan, that means he's up even later than I am, which is absolute insanity. But he's going to have to be wide awake to go up against his first opponent here. On PlayStation Fight Nights. He is going up against Kill Mr. Poppy, 35 years old, from further east, out in the New Jersey area. Doesn't seem to have much in terms of the social medias out there, but definitely a player that we've seen here on stream many, many times. We see the Rose graphic up here. Was it Rose in the past for Kill Mr. Poppy?
I believe it was. I might be mistaking him for someone else, but I believe this is correct. These guys, sorry, the voice of reason in the back will let us know if it is something completely different, but yes, it should be correct here. So, Mika going up against Rose. I think that's all right neutral wise for Rose, but then what happens is, because she hasn't got a fully invincible move outside of CA, what's going to happen is Mika can basically run her throw game because Soul Spiral can get thrown, Meaty Light, you know, so on and so forth. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how well Poppy's anti-air game is, as well as his throw game.
Yeah, speaking of late, it's kind of late for you there too, right? So,
yeah, sort of. Don't worry. We're on American hours. No, we're on Pacific daytime.
That's right. You're Hollywood Jammers. You're in Hollywood right now, so you're Hollywood Jammers.
No. We've spoken about this. We've spoken about this. I'm not there anymore. I was there in February. I'm not there anymore. I am on American hours, so I'm the same time as James. It's 5 in the afternoon, or 6. It might be 6 in the evening.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be interesting because, I mean, the way that Mika plays, the way that Rose plays, I mean, obviously Rose is pseudo zoner, Mika is pseudo rushdown because grappler style, but I feel like in this matchup it gets emphasized a little bit more because of the fact that, you know, Rose doesn't have the defensive options and Mika does like to run you over. So for sure Poppy's going to try to do his best to keep El Chapate as far away as possible and pester with projectiles and maybe soul satellites. I'm wondering if he's going to go in that direction.
I think Beast Heal 2 is a good choice here for Rose. If Mika does jump, you've got Soul Bind, the Scarf. That's a very good anti against Mika because she can change her jump up. I think you've got to mix up between Soul Spark and the kick button, so back hard kick, forward hard kick. Don't make it too predictable because I think Chapate might use EX Peach to armor through, or he might slide under. So there are choices back and forth here. I don't want to say this is like a 5-5 matchup, to be honest. I know they have both extremes, pros and cons with what they can do against the other character. It's just that I do think Mr. Puppy should probably go V-Trigger-1 though. If you want to consider Mika defending herself or thinking about what she should be doing on defense, or maybe you could run a Soul Illusion and just go for the Shadow Clone combos. Could be interesting. Could be interesting.
All right. Well, we're going to find out right here because it's not even going to be the Rose. You know, this is how it always works. We wax about the logic of the match, and we sit there and talk about what we should do, and then it's Falk.
I like speaking hypotheticals for no reason.
Yeah, you know. Well, you know, yeah, so we're just going to go with the Falk here first here. It's going to make a bad joke, but a bad pun, but I'm not going to do it right now. So.
Do you know what? I mean, depending on who you ask, they would say Falk's the better character than Rose.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's some people who think very highly of Rose, like a Filipino man, you know, who obviously is one of the strongest Roses that we have. But, I mean, Falk is... We've seen the kind of damage that Falk can do, especially you guys in the EU. You know more than anybody else. Oh no! Dropped the light combo right there. Interesting enough, you saw the second jab didn't connect, but it doesn't matter. El Chapate right back in there. Oh, that was nice, using the dive kick to beat the headbutt.
There we go, gets the forward throw there, does Mr. Puppy. He might jump and do a jump shot here, but activation into the Destro. Here comes the reset. He might do Psycho Schneider. Yep, there you go. Like, he didn't want to deal with it. It was way too obvious. Chapate saw it as well. Double jump.
Little bit of a circus right there. The guys jumping over each other, tumbling around. But look at this. Kill Mr. Puppy just... Oh no, he got in! He snuck in with the crouch heavy punch whiff. You're scared it's gonna hit you if Mika uses it at that magical distance where you're just not sure if it's gonna hit you. You can sneak in just like El Chapate did. Had the super all ready to go, and he is going to steal that round from Kill Mr. Puppy.
So, excellent start for Chapate. I will say Mr. Puppy's actually... needs to be a little less obvious with the reversals. If you think they're going to reversal, maybe jump air throw. That is an option. I do think air throws on defense is an option. Maybe a little bit safer from full screen as well, because but then again, you might be goaded into coming to Mika because you can charge up the mic and power the throws. You have the ability to combo into a command grab, so...
You know, I'll say Kill Mr. Puppy has been doing a good job with that little dive kick that Falk has. Uh-oh, but now, the side switch actually works out great for El Chapate. But there we go, same side right there. No, you got back thrown. Oh, but actually throws him out of the corner. Interesting choice from El Chapate there, unless it just accidentally autopiloted that.
Yeah, he might have looked at the wrong health gauge and thought the command grab was going to kill. So he might have looked at the wrong health gauge.
That's true.
Nice.
What?
Oh! Ambiguous crouch, fierce anti-air there, and he blocks. He's waiting for reversal because he knows that Mr. Puppy actually is going to fling out the reversal. There'll be some times where he thinks at the most obvious moment it doesn't come out, but Mr. Puppy will wait. So hopefully he can adjust.
Oops. Yeah, definitely execution error there. Unfortunate, and that just means that he's been put in the corner, and so. You know, sometimes one mistake like that at the early part of the round is actually where you lost the entire match. And you see right now, Kill Mr. Puppy still stuck in the corner here.
Oh, he missed his super confirm there, Chapate. You wanted to do the 3 lights into the super, but he missed it.
I don't think he's going to spend the meter here. I mean, not the super. Oh, geez, that wasn't enough to kill. Oh, that's enough to kill. Again, really smart way to kill because, you know, when the enemy has so little health, of course, you're going to want to try to pepper with lights to kill them. And so, you know, on the other side, you're like, I'm just going to block all these lights. And so that actually makes the command feel harder to read as. So,
got it.
Batter up.
And you know what? That was the only option available there because if he did Psycho Schneider, it would have been blocked because Chapate was doing a meaty light. And that super is pretty fast, so it was guaranteed to catch the recovery of that light. Good choice.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no meter now. Backdashes away, but Nadeshko forcing the mix-up again anyway. That feels like an execution error from El Chapate this time.
Yeah, and Griff good at, he's ready for it. You can't do the fake stuff into the Psycho Cleans the overhead. Watch out for a throw, though.
Yeah. Dude, El Chicote, I wish we had a stat on round closing kick command throws. Because I swear El Chicote's success rate on killing you at the very end of a game with the kick command throw is so good. Like, he ends so many rounds with that thing.
Yeah, and rightly so. It's just like, it's similar to what we're seeing with Manon in Street Fighter 6, right? It's like you kind of end with certain command grabs to either build a level or just close out the round because you're doing abundance of damage. Mika was doing that from the get-go. Obviously, she has the ability to buff up her command grab or throw damage in general because of V-Skill on the microphone, but just the sheer overwhelming power Mika can have just as a presence for characters like Rose. We didn't see from Mr. Barbie, but he picked out the alternative. That didn't work out either. Just that overwhelming presence can really throw someone off their game. And when you have a reversal, it's very easy to be tempted to go, well, sod it, it beats everything, does it not? So, it might stop you in your tracks, but that's how it goes, I'm afraid. Excellent baiting skills from Chapate.
Yeah, and so he's going to advance forward again. El Chicote here has been winning a lot of these, right? I mean, he's just kind of had like this little steady diet of PlayStation Fight Nights money rolling in every once in a while. So, let's see if anybody can take him out. I know he's been playing a lot of that Lily in Street Fighter 6, so I'm curious to see if that muscle memory is going to get in his way. But in this first game, clearly did not cause a problem. It looked like he was still pretty used to everything. We definitely saw a couple of drops here and there, but those didn't feel like anything out of the ordinary. Let's just put it that way. So.
Well, I mean, if I had the choice between collecting money from playing Street Fighter 5 or delivering newspapers to my local neighborhood, I know what one I'd pick. But yes, if we can get this next match ready, because the guys are ready and waiting. So I believe... I know, right? Feel old, don't you? Anyway, we should be getting... Yes! Shadow Ace. Shout-outs to Shadow Ace, still representing the Eds. You will be seeing him... this year? Is it this year for Street Fighter 6? I actually can't remember when they said he was coming out. Is it this year or next year? I can't actually remember.
Right. For Ed. I think Ed is this year.
He's coming out eventually. I'm sure we're all like riveting, like, we're brimming with excitement. Fantastic. Woo, great. Anyway, Shadow Ace, he has been doing a ton of work. Hey, he's even got a stream there as well. I didn't know that. So guys, make sure you follow him on his stream there. Get that knowledge, whether it be on Ed or just regarding Street Fighter 6.
Untamed
but then,
Gaming 2, is he the sequel? I mean, is there Untamed Gaming 1 out there, I wonder?
Do you know what? I'm going to take a wild stab at it and say Twitch said your name was taken. If that name with number 1 was taken, Twitch does that to you. And I know some websites with usernnames, they do lie to you. They say, "Oh, your name's taken." I'm like, no, it isn't. Like, no, it isn't. Come up the username already. How much I got to pay you? Like, give it up. Anyway, but his opponent though, I believe he's in his 30s as well. Yeah.
Old Pongalong. He called himself Old Pongalong. At 37 years old, I can definitely say he's just a baby. Sam, you are just a baby. You should be called Young Pongalong, honestly, because 37, you're still such a baby, right, Jammers? Right?
Well, yeah, no, I'm. I heard the registered the tail end of that. Don't worry, James. I'll catch you out one day. Don't worry, I'll get you. I'll get you back. I'm not 30 yet. That's all I'll say. But yes, as he continues to laugh. But yeah, Ed versus Dalsim. We've seen this matchup a fair bit between Ending Walker and Mr. Crimson. Heck, one of the final tournaments for Street Fighter 5 was at the Topanga League or World Finals, right? Where both Ending Walker and Mr. Crimson actually got sent out there. Those guys are training like in an abundance over here before that, and for European tournaments in general. So we have a very strong perspective in Europe. I think there's one or two perspectives you could see around the world as well. But yeah, very interesting matchup. V-Trigger 1 is probably the way to go.
What's that? I'm sorry?
I think V-Trigger 1 is the way to go for Ed. I think that's the best way to... Just allow for the approach, a better approach, a more aggressive approach to kind of make Dalsim stop in his tracks and using the limbs. But you wanted to say that about Mr. Crimson?
No, I was just saying Mr. Crimson doing damage with Dalsim still in 6 as well. Which is interesting to me because I don't see a lot of Dalsim. Actually, in the ICFC Asia, there was definitely a lot of Dalsims. So it feels like the East is playing a little bit more Dalsim than the West right now. So, but
I'll tell you something funny, James. I dabbled with Dalsim for the first week.
Really? Okay. But you have a history of playing Dalsum, right?
No.
No? Oh, okay, okay. But you didn't use Dalsum in one of the older games?
No.
Okay, never mind then. Oh man.
Yeah, I have disdain for this character just as much as the next person.
Okay, okay, cool. Then you're one of the good ones. Then you're one of the good ones. So. Oh man. Although
Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that yeah, Shadow Ace has actually picked V Trigger 1, but it looks like old Pongalong has picked V Trigger 2. Interestingly enough.
Okay.
Not sure why that choice is, but
Here, unfortunately, you are trapped in the corner, but that's why you see the Dalsum players use that V reversal a lot. It's definitely a great way to use that resource because, like you said, the V trigger, you know, Dalsum is not necessarily one that's just going to be popping V triggers all over the place because it's not crucial to his victory like some other characters. So he has the ability to afford to use a lot of them for the V reversals, which is really strong.
oh, good block on the Psycho Rising. That's going to be the round with the jumping medium punch there from old Pongalong. And just going back to what you talk about with the V reversals, right? I think as these games go by, and Dalsum has to keep up with the current like level of play, you see a lot of Dalsum players using more defensive mechanics because they want to put you full screen anyway. Depending on the defensive mechanic, it benefits him greatly because if you push him away, he goes full screen. If he pushes you away, he goes full screen. That's if he gets the opening, right? So
Right.
nice jump. Oh, he shouldn't let that go. He shouldn't let that rock.
Yeah. If he didn't teleport, he would have been able to get the big combo off of that. But he probably had already been ready to teleport at that point in time, and so it just kind of autopiloted its way there.
Reversal again. He's going to put out Yoga Fire, yeah. And then double dash here, and then into the Psycho Cannon, looking strong here, and picks up.
Caught. But to be honest with you, you saw the damage it took wasn't a huge amount. Sometimes when you take that little amount of damage against that V trigger from Ed, you're kind of okay with that a little bit, but unfortunately he didn't have much life left, and Shadow Ace maintained the pressure in the corner, so was still able to take that round.
Yeah, that's what the most important thing is at the end of the day. Vital that he close out that round, and he's going to confirm into the Psycho Barrage, and it's going to leave old Pongalong into the corner. I believe Ed gets some sort of setup from this. He's going to charge the V skill 1. Oh,
too far away, but actually wasn't really punished for it. That drill was too high up, so yeah, he had to block afterwards. And again, using that V reversal, so he had the V trigger ready to go. But again, all he really just uses it for is for the V reversal. Oh no, he stuck his face. Oh no, he teleported into it. Oh boy, that thing is ever present, man. That thing never goes away.
Well, all right. Let's see. Is he going to set up another fire? I think he's trying to really throw him off guard here. Yeah, there you go. Because he's waiting for another Psycho Cannon. That's the game. That's the game. That's it. That's it.
Just a bad situation. It's just once it started coming out, old Pongalong, you could tell the meme with the with the math equations everywhere. He was like, "How do I get away from this?" He threw out the standing fierce, I think, to try to hit Ed and hopefully hit him, and then still be able to recover in time to block. But it didn't work out that way, and the trigger hit him anyway. And so, unfortunately, everything went down south after that. And so here we go. He is down now, 3-1 to Shadow Ace.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is just how Pongalong is just going to handle the Psycho Cannon, the V-Trigger 1, because Shadow Ace is going to get it each and every round. Like, whether you like it or not, he's going to get it. And if you're too predictable in how you want to avoid it, then it's going to be easy for him to get free damage. He's going to try and implement a mix-up as well. He's done that already. So he just needs to switch up how elusive he is in neutral, that's all. That's my thing, I'd say.
Playing the zoning game right now. It only goes in, interesting, but look at that. Because he went in, he got EX Psycho uppered like that, and it was scary for a second here, but he's managed to reset things back to neutral. But here comes that trigger again. Got clipped, there's the teleport, but he didn't get far enough.
Teleport away, and it's going to be Yoga Sansara activated there. Good jump back light kick. He was blocked, so he actually could have been punished there. Not sure by what from Dalsum there. Maybe stand medium punch, but...
Oh, chase him down again. There we go. Got the activation, and again... Whoa, he tried to sniper him at the end. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, for the backdash, he tried to shimmy him. Wow,
Yeah, he's
Pongalong went back. I feel like old Pongalong might be a little over aggressive than he needs to be. He went back in. I think he would have been better off trying to play this distance game.
Oh yeah, this is a typical like mid-level Dalsim mistake. You teleport in when you don't need to. Like, you either want to take your mix-up opportunity, or you just feel like teleporting in just to like spice things up. I don't know, no pun intended there, but good jump away.
I mean, look, to be fair, Dalsim is the best rushdown character in the game, so, you know, obviously you want to get in there, so...
Ooh, nice jump roundhouse there. You also got to remember as well, Shadow Ace is actually doing an excellent job at galvanizing old Pongalong to kind of, like, do these, arbitrary teleports, or incorrect teleports, I should say, so doing a fantastic job. Nice read on the teleport there as well.
Yeah. And there you go, V reversal again, old Pongalong. I mean, outside of that V trigger activation we saw in the last round, we haven't seen a V trigger activation at all. Pongalong has really been. There it is again. There's that teleport in, and look at this. This is all a result of that. Okay, he gets out of there, so that teleport worked out.
Nice. Tried to do an air gale, didn't quite work out here, and he gets the limb with a Psycho Knuckle. Big damage here. Can he get a throw? No, he doesn't even need to.
What the? That was kind of an interesting situation right there, using the V-trigger activation, but the EX Psycho Upper, just the bust out of the situation. The classic Ed. I mean, Ed's, as much as we joke about Dalsims, just can't resist teleporting. Eds cannot resist EX Psycho Uppering, even on your wake up. That is what Eds do, and that is going to be what propels Shadow Ace to a victory over old Pongalong.
Do you know what it is? In a scramble, and there were like a multitude of scrambles in that set. It's one button. He who, like, this early bird gets the worm, legit. Whoever beats the other one to the punch wins. And because it's fully invincible, does a fair bit of damage, grants you Oki as well. I don't blame him. And I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, James, I don't think EX Psycho Up was baited once. So...
yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't remember it getting blocked at all, so... Yeah.
I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. And if it wins the scramble for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it wins the scramble, keep doing it until he blocks it. And the thing is, like you said, valid point you brought up, James, while the match was going on. It's, I think, like, just those unnecessary teleports. Like, he's being overly aggressive when he doesn't need to be. I think that's something that comes over time, where he just, like, it takes a while for it to click. You're like, hang on a minute, life lead, meter lead as well, and it's like, maybe I don't need to. Maybe this guy's been a bit over aggressive. Maybe I just anti here. Maybe just wait. It's hard to tell in the heat of the moment,
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it too is like, oh, he's at 0 health, which means a Yoga Sniper or a Stand Fierce mix-up will be able to win. So let me just get in and set that up. It's that aggression. It happens a lot of times. I mean, the thing about it is, like, this is such a common thing that happens. I mean, one of the best players in the world that has taken advantage of that is Justin Wong, right? I mean, he is the ultimate turtle that somehow makes you want to attack him even when you have the life lead. I have seen him do that to so many people, where the opponent will have the life lead and Justin Wong turtles them, and somehow they get drawn in and they end up losing their life. It's a common thing. A lot of times you want to go and just finish that job, and the mental energy there. It takes a lot of mental, you hit this mental fatigue, like, I don't want to play this defensive game. People don't know how much work you have to put in playing a zoning kind of game. And so sometimes you just want to finish it off right away. And so, sometimes that mental fatigue gets the better of you, but to stay solid and to stay defensive like that, even when you're just like one tiny hit, it's tough, man.
It is tough indeed, but I'll tell you what's not tough. Our next match coming up next. We've got some more fine folks here, and it may be a tough matchup, in your opinion, but it could be a close one. We're going to be seeing what the bracket looks like right now. So as you can see, in the winners semi-final, we've got El Chapate going up against Shadow Ace. So we should be expecting to see Mika or maybe Lucia going up against the Ed. But we're going to be moving down to the third match of round one of this today's tournament, I should say, with Flux Waves going up against Nib Nib. Can't wait to see that. So that's was Nib Nib the boxer player?
I think so, yeah. The one that was that really liked the full screen dash punches, I think. And Flux Waves, you know, he's the guy that has just been. I mean, every tournament, I swear, I feel like he's in grand finals. Like he's always in top 3 somewhere, and a lot of the times he gets sent to losers bracket, like first round or second round, and then he gets all the way back to grand finals. It seems to be one of his preferred routes to grand finals, but obviously you prefer not to have to go that way, so he's going to try to take this one over here. Flux Waves, a very strong player from Montreal, and can't wait to see where he goes in terms of the Street Fighter 6 competition as well.
Well, I know he won. I think he won a tournament that the Reversal guys done recently using JP. Shout outs to Flux Wave for doing damage there. But hey, let us not ignore one of the most damaging characters in Street Fighter 5 used by Nib Nib. Shout outs to Nib Nib here using the Boxer. He's got a Twitter there. Make sure you guys give him a follow. He's a regular here at PlayStation Fight Night. So hopefully we see actually more of him just in the future in general. Maybe offline events near him, online tournaments. They're getting a lot bigger now. So I really want to see some of these guys that are participating in these fight nights to actually just branch out a little bit more and see where they can really test their skills. Because I enjoy watching a lot of these guys, man. I really do.
Yeah. And, you know, if you really hate fighting against Boxer, you probably had a monkey's paw kind of situation. Like, I don't want to fight him in 6. Please don't put him in 6. The monkey paw's finger curls, and then you get Marisa instead, you know. And you're like, oh, I'm going to lose more damage when I get punched in the face. Got it. Okay.
Well, some people call it the monkey's paw. Some people call it the devil's paw. And Marisa's got red hair, so we might be onto something. And she is a heavy hitter. So is Boxer, so we can actually get on with that. But yeah, we're going to be setting this up. But like we said, thank you very much for joining us tonight, guys, again, because we know the talk of the town is SF6. But hey, we've always got a little bit of time for some good old SF5. It's not a classic yet. Got to give it maybe 1 or 2 more years. We say, yay, there's that classic game that came out in 2016.
Old school game. It'll be at, you know, Evo Reloaded, you know, Moment 37 Reloaded as an old game, you know. But let me ask you this question, though. I mean, what do you think of the Boxer versus Poison match? Because obviously Boxer can get in on Poison a little bit easier with the dash punches. Do you feel like, I mean, Flux Waves, we've seen him use countless number of characters. Like, do you feel like he would be better off using someone else outside of Poison to go up against the Boxer?
So I did, I believe Idom did as well. Shouts to Glitter agreed. I think there's 1 or 2 others. I think Boxer is the worst matchup for Poison because you should be using B skill 2 as Boxer, and then that just completely ruins her day.
Right.
You get free stores. Crouch Fist, your dash straight is a guaranteed punish. Like light dash straight, EX dash straight, it's more damage and a knockdown. If you've got B skill 2, you get even more damage and you get to store up again. B reversal plays a huge part as well because as long as he keeps it like within a punishable range of Crouch Fierce, there's not much Poison can really do. She can chip away, but like you chipping away with like 4 or 5 hits of raid damage and chip, he just needs to land 1 random dash straight, and then it's like it becomes long. Like there is Poison's offense can be pretty pretty bullish for Boxer to deal with, but it only if the Boxer player doesn't decide to play the matchup, because it's hard because there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of players that theoretically should be playing matchups, but they don't because it's not in their nature, it's not in their style. But it's like, because I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Playing matchups is borderline boring. Like if you really think about it, when you figure out what a matchup is, some of them are borderline boring because it's like, right, just do this. That is the matchup. That's it. Don't do anything else. Don't style. Don't try this. You can incorporate mind games, yes, but the matchup is just as dull as a doorknob.
I mean,
telling you.
It's also very much an older school mentality because, I mean, in older games like Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo or, you know, Hyper Fighting, the matchups were a lot more pronounced. Like, literally some matches were just 8-2, so you had to have a counter character, you know. And so we don't see that as much because balance is a little bit better, and because when you play Street Fighter 5, you have 45 characters to worry about, you know.
Well, I mean, like, we can throw that theory out the window because Nib Nib's actually picked another bad matchup for Poison. Not the worst, but it is actually a nightmare matchup in Honda. Okay. Because when Honda does hands, Poison can't do much about it. She has to be reversal.
Right.
And if you get rid of your V reversal, you get rid of your comeback factor. And headbutt beats the whip. It beats the start of Crouch Fierce. It beats the start of Heart Rate. So you can't really do that there. Yeah, and then if you try and jump at him, heavy headbutt or jump fierce, well, he's losing now, but it's a rough matchup for Poison.
Flux Waves is actually playing this. You mentioned, you know, bulldogging Balrog, and that's what Flux Waves is doing right now. Even using a V reversal to counter a V reversal right now. He is basically saying, I am not going to play the zoning game with Poison at all. I'm just going in, and it worked out really well in that first round.
No, because like he's doing the correct thing really. Build up as much meter by being aggressive, and then like just get Honda to guess from EX Heart Rate, one of the best EX moves in the game. Because if you try to play this matchup traditionally for Poison as a basic game plan, you are gonna lose. So
too far away for the Oicho throw. Here we go.
And you picked skill 1 as well. Okay.
Swing right in there. I mean, we've seen Flux, so he likes using that V-Skill 1, especially, you know, catching unsuspecting opponents who don't know. You know, obviously there's that frame as a meaty that even if you're getting up crouching, you're gonna get that block unless you hit a button on your wake up, perfect reversal timing. But if you don't know that, you're gonna block the swing on the way over. But even in neutral, if you just crouch, it can't hit you. The swing can't hit you, only the follow-up can hit you.
Yeah, what you'll have is, so V-Skill 1 will help out in a few matchups. Obviously, it actually is the more optimal V-Skill in terms of damage. But then also what you need to consider as well, some people picked V-Skills for identity reasons, right? Yes. One of the biggest things, like I don't think this gets rehashed enough. It gets spoken about, it doesn't get rehashed enough. Players do look for identity and individuality in these games. And over the years, depending on what fighting game you play and talk about, it's been kind of hard to find something that allows you to be, you know, different from the next player. And I do think part of the reason that Flux does pick V-Skill 1 is it gives him a little bit more of an identity. And I think he abuses it really well. Yeah, I think he abuses it in a fantastic manner.
You know, I mean, a part of me feels pretty called out right now because, but you know, honestly, it's something that I absolutely admit that I do like to do. You know, one of the reasons, I mean, I obviously really like Lucy as a character, but also I don't see her played as much. And so it is fun to be able to use the characters that are underrepresented. That's how I became a Cammy fan in the first place, because in Super Turbo, my God, she was awful. And so, you know, I wanted to see if I could do some work with that character, you know, and that is something that a lot of players, yeah, it's an absolutely valid point that people just like to have that identity. And, you know, like I said, I'm definitely one of them. I definitely fall victim to that, just like Nib Nib is falling victim to Flux Waves here. Oh, man.
Yeah, he definitely fell victim. Overly aggressive round there for beneficial reasons for Flux Waves. But Nib Nib, I think he's just been trying to find his, like, you know, rhythm and really get started. He's been struggling there. He's going for the defensive turtle style right now, but oh, nice jump roundhouse there. Good target combo. Yeah, I just think he's just been like second best in most departments in this set thus far.
I mean, again, I mean, also keep in mind too, I mean, we can see it just, I mean, literally on the screen itself. We got a Warlord versus an Ultra Gold player here, right? Not trying to call out Nib Nib here or anything like that, because I love the fact that he enters these tournaments every week, you know, to just throw down with these guys over here. But, you know, he definitely, remember, we've seen a lot of the raw dash punches from a screen away and stuff, so, you know, oof.
Punish. Oh, that should have been punished there, but he was probably a frame or two too late there. Try to go for a dash ram blow, didn't quite work out. Yeah. It's just going to be heart rate till the end of time. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
But you see him trying to jump back so he can do that full screen. And there it is, the stand up. You see that Nib Nib stood up to block the swing again. Just a little bit of that lack of character-specific knowledge. But again, that is also another reason why you play that identity game, right? That's the other reason why players like me do what we do, is because you get away with a lot of things like that. you know, because how often have you practiced against V Skill 1 from Poison? Not very often. So, you know, a lot of people don't know about the fact that the swing is not going to hit you if you crouch. You know, just hit Balrog crouching heavy punch and you should be fine, right?
It wins every time. But again, it's just one of those things where, you know, are they going to dash and do a mix-up? Are they just going to do the swing? And it takes a while for people to get into have the discipline and get into the motivators to, you know, really practice those little things there. Because I think, again, if Nib Nib had just that iota bit of knowledge on that V skill, completely different set. Flux probably still would have won it, but it wouldn't have been so simplistic. And Nib Nib could have been doing much more damage. He's been a strong player. He's actually been, I think his highest place has been fourth, or maybe third in one of the events. But again, he can push and fight these gold players in disguise, not Warlords gold players in disguise. I'm one of them, don't worry. He can definitely take the fight to him, so it's brilliant to see. Right, we should be moving on to our
taking a look at the bracket. I believe we're gonna do over here.
Right.
So let's take a look at what we've got here, or at least the next match coming up here that we're gonna have. So, so there it is, Truth God. Yeah, Truth God with the Dan, and again, Truth God, if I'm not mistaken, was also the one that was using the V skill 1 with Dan. I think it was right.
Yeah, because we had 2 Dans, didn't we?
We had 2 Dans, and I believe Truth God was the one. And, you know, kind of going back to this V Skill 2, if I'm not mistaken, I always get which one is which mixed up because he came out with both at the same time. And the taunt cancels is V Skill 2, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's right. That is correct.
So he plays V Skill 1, you know, again, kind of like, you know, that differentiation kind of thing, you know, the thing that kind of makes him, sets him apart a little bit. And he does really cool stuff with it as well. So I wonder if that's kind of one of the reasons why he uses that as well. Or maybe it's just because the taunt cancels, you know, is tough execution-wise. So I wonder if that might be a reason why he doesn't use that.
It depends on who you ask, but let's find out what his opponent is saying, because, hey, he might find it a tough execution. Who knows? Because this is it. There's the other Dan. He might be picking V Skill 2. So, yes, we might be seeing a Dan mirror, ladies and gentlemen. I've always got time for a Dan mirror, because it will be Dan versus Mr. Karate. It will be V Skill 1 versus V Skill 2. And we're going to be having all a good time afterwards. So yes, all he's letting you know is he lives in Nebraska. Yeah, that is it.
Again, that's
he plays Dan, and he's from Nebraska.
The noodles match coming up here, because again, there's a very tasty dish called Dan noodles out there. So you know, we've got the noodles match here, with Dan going up against Dan, and I know these two have fought each other before here at PlayStation Fight Nights, because I remember seeing them go up against each other with the different V skills. Absolutely fascinating match you wouldn't have expected to see, but you know, that's why you tune in here to PlayStation Fight Nights. You get to see some crazy matchups that you won't see in a lot of other places.
I think we need to, you know, give him those good old USPs, bring him in, do some marketing, James. It's like, hey, it's not SF6, but it's SF5. Here's why you should join us. Do you know those threads on Twitter? Top 3 reasons why you should join us. Thread below.
God.
just put the graphic and just go Dan versus Dan. End of discussion.
You'll never believe what, you know, you'll never believe what match you'll see.
I don't know. Apparently it works and the algorithm likes it. But yeah, Dan versus Dan coming up. We're just getting these guys set up.
That's true.
Now. So
you
remember,
know,
this is the.
I need to jump to YouTube. I need to jump to youtube.com/@PlayStation Esports, because I need to see for these Street Fighter Fight Night thumbnails. Do they have us? Do they have our faces making those weird faces? Are they going to crop what we just did? Are they just going to crop what we did for the thumbnail of this match? Is that what's going to happen now?
I don't think so, but I do think what they should do, if they get the chance, they should actually just put this graphic on the screen right now. Just use that as a thumbnail. Dan versus Dan, Truth God, El Gavilan 181. I think this is a good thumbnail for the whole broadcast. Just say, yeah, we watched Dan versus Dan for 3 hours. It was great. Fantastic. Sublime, mate.
No, they're going to edit our faces onto the Dans is what they're going to do now. So it'll be Jammers and Jamers faces on the Dans
Hey, there you go. Dan versus Mr. Karate. Yep, V skill 2 system going up against a V skill 1 whole layout here. Looking strong. So,
and again, opposite V triggers as well, too, to make it even more interesting here. And
yes, that is correct. I can't remember who was the more aggressive of the two. I really can't remember.
I think it was Truth God, actually. I think Truth God was if I remember properly, Truth God had really good usage of the light band kick. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I try to go for a shimmy there into EX down Q Kaku, try to make it with a frame advantage as well, catches him. And here's the thing, because of V skill 1, it basically allows you to cancel everything into a somewhat taunt. You're allowed to like kind of throw out special moves arbitrarily to a certain degree, at least the Dan kicks anyway.
Ooh, okay. Gavilan was going for the V-trigger activation route. Heavy kick into heavy kick. Cancel. There's that light Danku, and he got the hit. But again, if you see that light Danku, you've got to make sure that you end up...
What?
Yeah, when he
that
dashes,
was not an executioner. He just looked the wrong way.
Yeah, when you dash under like that, you do have to be careful because he does go under for like a frame or two in that particular situation. So you just have to be careful in that particular combo. Unfortunately, Truth God there did not take that into account that time because I've seen him do that combo plenty of times, so he definitely knows.
He didn't want to do hard kick the other way. Speaking of hard kick, though, we're seeing a lot of hard kicks come out here. A conversion into EX down once again. Straight into the DP. Can we get a grab? Oh, he blocked. So he must have done delayed throw. He must have done it there. And there you have it. EX down Rexican closing it out there. El Gavilan taking game 1. Now that was a brilliant round. I love that round from El Gavilan. Fantastic.
Yeah, looking strong here. I want to say the last time I remember seeing them fight, I think it was Truth God who came out the winner, but I might, again, look, I'm an old man. My memory isn't what it used to be, Jammers. I am fully willing to admit that, so, you know, don't quote me on that one.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I was going somewhere once. It takes about 40 minutes to get there. 30 minutes into the journey, I left my wallet at home. So, it happens. It happens at all ages. You have to walk all the way back and get it. It happens at all ages, so it's fine. And there's a lot of stuff that happens in fighting games that happen rapidly. You gotta remember quickly, but...
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the trickiest part about fighting games. I always say, you gotta remember everything and then forget everything at the same time, you know. Bad loss, forget that. But what they did after they blocked the Dankukak, okay, remember that. Remember all 7 times that it happened, you know? So you know what their pattern is.
Forward throw, El Gavilan coming in with the taunt cancels there. Couldn't chase him down because I think he did try and buffer a low board into Dan kicks. What a jump. Locked in time though. There we go. Standing up as well. That's important. When you do go up against Dan, light Dan kicks, block standing, so he gets less frame advantage.
Yep. If you crouch like that, it's so much easier for him to get those plus frames off of the light Dan kick. Go. Ooh, nice V reversal out of there. Just getting out of there, trying to get him to spend the rest of his V trigger, but nice DP out of that situation. El Gavilan. Oh, I thought he was going to get the jump attack. Oh, no!
Wow. These guys showing no respect. Any chance they get, they're just like, look, I'm trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink to gain the advantage. El Gavilan puts himself at match point.
Oh, that was unfortunate. He was far away enough, but he wasn't expecting the V-trigger DP to go so far, and it just clipped him in the face, and that was the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice read on the V-shift, and that's going to be stunned. Yeah.
There we go.
How much damage can
you do? Yeah, exactly. Not going to be a lot of damage. Surprised he didn't try to go for the Danfinite, you know, just to see what happens.
Oh, but for a meaty V skill 1? I think that's what he looked like.
Never mind, he can't do the Danfinite because he's not using the right V skill, so that's my bad right there. So yeah, forgot.
There we go. Oh wow, they both did Dan kick at the same time, or like somewhat at the same time.
Dan and Dan doing the Dan. I mean, maybe they're dancing. I don't know.
All right, James, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Pretty sure someone in the back is laughing as well.
Yeah, you're supposed to respond with, "Dan it, James, stop it."
There you go. Abusing the Dan kick, both players. EX Dan, Q coming again. Nice reversal.
Oof, nice. Just with the whip punish off of that heavy Dan kick.
You know, instead of throwing hands, these guys are throwing knees. All right, good punish.
Back and forth with the Dan Rambo. Ooh.
Guys don't want to block.
Truth God's going in. This is what you want to see with that V skill too. Ooh, nice. Using that and then gets the meaty heavy punch, and El Gavilan is gonna take it over Truth God with the V skill 2, Dan.
Now that was some hyper aggressive gameplay, not just from El Gavilan, just on both ends, right? And I think that's really cool to see. I just feel these guys were playing out of pure stubbornness. It's like, right, you want to get a slight leverage over the other guy. You want to get the one-up on the other guy. And they just disregarded blocking. There's a meme saying I didn't... they did! I'm going to be honest with you. It's like, okay, because some of this stuff could have been easily avoided. I know they V-reversed a couple of times, which is great. Remember, one of them was using V-Trigger 1. That's only one bar. Like, you can V-reversal and the bar keeps coming back. But it's one of those things where you've just got to slow down a little bit, pull the brakes, just assess what your opponent's doing. I know there's options to use on defense, but it's like half the time it was just doing a reversal, whether it was a light reversal for invincibility or the EX1 for full invincibility. Been a bit too obvious, and I think that's what allowed. I feel this is where El Gavilan was a bit more stubborn, but he kind of optimized that stubbornness because it's like, I can hit you, put you in the corner, get these extended combos. Maybe V skill 2 might be having a slight advantage in the mirror. Who knows? Because it opens up more possibilities.
Right.
Just in general. That's me, though. Maybe
you saw that pressure that El Gavilan was able to put on in that one sequence, you know, that kind of was the closing salvo, basically, for El Gavilan. So, yeah, for sure. I believe we have the next match coming up here.
Well, let's take a look at the bracket first, because I believe we have our winners semi-final matches all panned out, so we'll get over to those soon. So yes, El Chapate, like we said, going up against Shadow Ace, and Flux Waves going up against El Gavilan. So, sorry, that should be. I'm thinking maybe Manat versus Dan. Did he try that last time? I think he's tried that before, but. Like, Flux Waves has a plethora of characters at his disposal to go up against Dan. And I think Chapate, he might mix things up going up against Ed, with Shadow Ace's Ed, which has been put on the show. But yes, the lower bracket, you can see Pongalong, Mr. Puppy, Truth God, and Nib Nib all down there. So, again, the deeper they go into the bracket, the higher their chance of collecting some money, minimum $50, because it is a payout for top 4. That's what you have to keep in mind with PlayStation Fight Nights over here.
Yeah, and again, you know, seeing El Chapate, Shadow Ace, and Flux Waves, they're sitting on the winner side, the last 4 players to be on the winner side alongside El Gavilan. But those 3 players, obviously, I feel like that they're there every single time we run one of these because they're just so consistent and so strong. So they're obviously going to be running up against each other now, and so we'll see how that works out. As we said, we have the El Chapate and Shadow Ace match coming up here. So El Chapate, I think going to stick with the Mika versus Ed.
Yeah, that's a good shout. And obviously, his most comfortable character is Mika El Chapate. Shadow Ace, like his style. It can like galvanize anyone. Look, we saw it happen with Mr. Puppy before with Falk, and Ed and Falk are 2 sides of the same coin. So just got to slightly change up your strategy and be careful because Shadow Ace can reposition himself to get solid anti-airs with the Psycho Rising. He's not afraid to throw out EX Psycho Upper, and obviously given the opportunity, he will put out the Trigger 1. Now, Mika has some other interesting counters to it because obviously if you summon V Trigger 1, she can do hers, get you to block instantly, so it allows her to get a jump over. So we both nullify our V-Trigger 1s. Maybe she might delay it, cause a mind game there. Maybe she might... Can you slide under it? No, I don't think there's enough.
I think you'll probably slide under it starting, but then she gets up into it partway through.
Yes,
probably if you hit the opponent, you might be able to make it through just because the hit stop doesn't actually stop projectiles. You know, that's just the way it's always been in fighting game, in Street Fighter. Not sure why, but it's just always been that way. So.
That's just how it goes. But yeah, we are getting this set up here. But yes, much appreciated to everyone that is locked in with us right now. We're on American hours. Don't worry. We're on American hours.
That's right.
And we
You
got
are
the fight
sitting
card.
there at your
Yeah,
7 p.m. time, right, Jammers?
That is 100% correct. Yes, it's correct. James is not lying at all.
Oh, man. But here he comes. It is going to be Ed versus Mika as expected. So we'll see
Okay.
This again, I mean, El Chakotay, obviously, I feel like is the favorite of most of these tournaments over here. So Shadow Ace definitely going to have to put in some work. Oh, I love that he's representing the Good 8 squad. You see him wearing the jerseys from the Japan SFL. It's actually really cool.
You know what? Just off topic real quick. I actually hope they bring those back. Just more teams in Fight 6.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's such a neat idea to represent, your favorite teams from Japan, from the Japanese Street Fighter leagues.
All right, pressure into the corner, low forward into Psycho Cannon. I think you're on the slower version. Can you jump over? Nice.
Got him. But now gotta finish the job. Gotta finish the job because El Chakotay definitely knows how to steamroll you at some point. And just like this with the cross up into the corner, it is the
Too obvious. Yeah, I think it's just one of those ones that I know that you know that I know, and it's like I shouldn't do this here, but sometimes the best time to do it is the most obvious time. That's what he did.
Oh, I thought he had the punish on that drop kick, but didn't swing on the way down from that jump. Oh, he did it again. Shadow Ace not scared. El Chakotay convinced he's not going to do it. Dude, he should have did it again. He should have just did it again and really gotten to El Chakotay's head. But nope. He actually tried to just press a button on Wake Up that time, ate the meaty, and then that's the end of that round.
I think he probably considered if he blocks it, he's about to lose the round, and he just lost the round anyway. So it happens. It's that whole guessing game with Mika on her Wake Up, or your Wake Up, I should say. Nice use of the V skill 1 there from Chapate. Just going to build up, and I think it's pretty good against his projectile as well, actually. Clashes, you can absorb the hit if it doesn't quite work out. You can extend the range of the microphone, the physical hit. I'm definitely
glad they buffed the microphone because it sucked for Mika going for 5 years throughout the game having no V skill.
Well, I can only relate for 3 of those years, so. Right, rotate, gotta block it out. Nice reversal, and too far to get a pick up there. He got some damage, though.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's kind of like the Dalsum V trigger too, right? Where you just get hit by the fireball, and it's actually not as... Oh no, that's gonna do a lot of extra damage because he has the microphone charge up as well. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, not dead yet. And then he goes for a throw bait there, but he didn't do anything to react to the throw there, Chapate. But another Psycho Cannon comes out.
Oh, he tried to V shift it so that he could actually get the V breakthrough there.
Yeah.
But he wasn't close enough. Doesn't matter. El Chakotay takes it anyway.
Yes, indeedy. And he used the wingless airplane to go over the Psycho Cannon there. So excellent play. That is one of the ways to get over it. Obviously, the EX wingless airplane is a lot faster in that regard, but it costs meter. Now, and again, Shadow Ace might need to reconsider how he uses the cannon. Just reconsider it slightly.
Because, again, when we saw El Chakotay go for the V reversal, I think he knew he was going to get hit by it. But like I was saying with Dawson's V trigger too, sometimes you're just willing to take those hits, right? Because the V trigger itself does minimal damage. It's the combos off of it or the mix-ups they get off of it that's really the problem. And so if you V reversal and knock Ed down and then just get hit by the trigger, it's really kind of like minimal damage that you end up taking that you're willing to take.
Big damage. Here comes the reset. He might jump over. Stays in front, and that's going to be stunned. That's going to be the round, James. Oh, no.
What the heck was El Chakotay doing? I think Shadow Ace was even confused by it because it just seemed like afterwards he was like, wait, what? I'm still alive? What?
I think he tried to do the light peach to whiff it to build meter, but I think he just misjudged the timing on the wake up from the stun, so...
Minus frames, and wow, did Shadow Ace actually try to swing in that? If you whiff a throw, you might as well.
Ooh, nice slide under the V skill 1. I forgot she could do that. That was a nice tech there.
Here we go. Side
And he's got
switch.
no meter. He's got no meter. Oh no.
What side? Oh, back to the corner. Here we go.
Oh,
the
he's not,
reset.
he's dead. That's it. That's
How
it.
many rounds has El Chapate ended with that Rainbow Typhoon? I mean, like I said, it just happens so often, and because it just does so much damage at the end. And there it was again.
Well played. Another consummate performance there from El Chapate. Dominating stuff. Unfortunate to Shadow Ace, he'll be dropping down into the lowers bracket there. So, yeah, I think it's just once Chapate smells blood, gets the ball rolling, tries to mix things up, and whether you have a reversal or not, if you use it in the incorrect area, and just like Sakanoko said years ago, there's no right or wrong area to use a reversal. If your opponent just gets the hard read on you, things are going to go south. And I feel it's one of those things where Chapate was able to fully utilize his V-trigger and able to mitigate the amount of times or the amount of success that Shadow Ace would get from his V-trigger. So it's really fantastic to see, and great matchup knowledge there being exhibited to us. Great stuff.
All right, and I just got greeted here by my guest host over here, so I think Jasmine wants to commentate with you, Jammers. So, Jammers and Jasmine.
In this, thank you for joining me, Jasmine. In this current commentary climate, things are a bit rough. So yeah, just send in your resume, and I'll send it to the higher ups to review it on Monday morning.
She's asking where's Cammy in Street Fighter 6. She wants to say hi to Cammy's cat now, right? So
well, to be fair, right, you know the cat just jumps out of nowhere on the windscreen. I thought
yeah, I know,
behind her leg, it just jumps out of nowhere on the screen. It's like, what?
Dude, like I almost wish that we had, you know, the biplane background in Street Fighter 6, you know, because they'd be flying on the biplane and this cat could potentially drop. They can't make a background like that anymore, right? Because then it would just be so weird to see a cat jump out of nowhere, you know, from the sky.
Well,
but
I mean,
that might be the fun of it.
Tell. They got their own engine now, so they can get real fun with that stuff. But hey, we got to continue on with the action here. Move on to the other semi-final match here, because it's all fun and games at Fight Night until somebody earns some money. That's when it gets real serious here. But yeah, we should be setting up Flux Waves going up against El Gavilan, so that would be cool to see. I believe that is the next match.
I think so. Yeah, that should be, because that's the other one on the winner's side over there. So that should be coming up.
Unless has Jasmine got any wise words?
I think she's saying that maybe we should be going to break at this point, I believe.
I think we got. Have we got one more match? I think we got one more match. Yeah, we got
we
one
do
more
have
match
one
to
more
play.
match. Okay, perfect. Okay.
I get it. Jasmine's hungry. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Every
no,
commentator
that's just
needs their
basically
food,
what
but-
it is, right? That's what she always does. She's always like, break. Come on, break. Food, break. That's what it is. So, gosh. She's trying to run everything over here. So, you know, sorry. I can't go to break for you, Jasmine. Production said we have to get to this next match. So,
Wow,
and see how she walks away? See how she just walked away like that? As soon as I denied that from her, she was just like, I'm done.
Look at these commentators, so entitled. They walk off when they don't get what they want. Jasmine, you're not helping us here. But yes, we are getting this next match ready for you guys shortly. I would like to see Poison versus Dan. I can think the safer pick is going to be Manat versus Dan. I think that's what Flux Waves has done in the past when it's been on Fight Night.
And how troublesome is the Dan Kukak to Poison's game? Because I can imagine, you know, it going over crouching heavy punch every once in a while being kind of a nuisance. But how often have you fought Akainu a bunch of times?
I did. See,
okay.
yeah, I thought so. Manat's the safer pick. Yeah, because Dan Kicks basically beat the whip. Just mainly the heavy one, really, and the medium one. It gets a bit awkward at certain ranges because the last couple of hits can whiff in your face. And then obviously jump in his pressure with V-Skill 2, it can be overwhelming. But it looks like he's going to go with V-Skill 2, V-Trigger 1 hit El Gavilan against Flux Waves' Manat.
I mean, how often have you played a Kainu? Like, what would you say this matchup is?
Well, this one in particular,
the poison. I'm sorry, the poison Dan matchup.
It was like not as much as we did Poison versus Guile.
Okay.
I played it a little bit, but only like in tournaments or like in casual settings.
Okay. Look at this, El Gavilan. I mean, the way that he was able to rush down with that V skill too. Oh no, he had a dropped combo. That's a bad situation here.
Oh, now he's got to basically spend everything just to get in and have an opportunity here. But he's got an abundance of health to work with, so he can take 2 mix-ups, I believe.
Yeah, he's got to survive.
There's a
He's
throw.
got to survive this right here. 2 more orbs left, and of course, those are the ones that... Oh, I like the V-Trigger one. That trade is actually a good trade, but then just gets caught by the Soul Spark. Ooh.
Just got to weigh it out here. Yeah, he's got meter to do a DP, but I don't know if he's going to risk it.
He's got another V-Trigger ready to pop at some random point here. Oh, but look at this. Flux Waves almost making the whole comeback. Oh, it absorbed the whole thing. You've got to deal with the very, very Ed-like mix-up there, and El Gavilan finally seals that round. Took a little bit, but he did get it.
Now, I think Flux Waves forgot it guard broke. That's what I was thinking. Full screen, charge it. Just let it rock.
God, and see, I didn't even remember that it guard broke when you charged it the whole way. Oh my god.
If it's a full charge and hits, it's 10 hits and a wall bounce. But I believe when it's blocked, it's a guard break.
Okay. Oh, gets the crush, but didn't really get anything off of it. It just interrupts the V-Trigger one. That's kind of a shame, but I like how El Gavilan is willing to back off every once in a while to fight, because sometimes when you get put in that sweet spot for the zoner, you actually kill yourself trying to push a little bit too hard in there. So I like that El Gavilan kind of switches up. See how he backs off over here, and he's trying to build that V. He's trying to build the V-Trigger.
I don't like those taunts only because the Soul Spark has actually got a good hitbox. So it's like the explosion's actually pretty good. Gonna activate though. He's got to hold this. He's got to firm all of it. Nice jump away.
Nice. Yeah. Flux Waves getting out of dodge real quick with that jump back. Escapes that situation, ties it up. But El Gavilan has definitely been getting Flux Waves into some sticky situations here.
Yeah, but he's been able to worm his way out of them. Flux Waves to a certain degree. He's going to charge up again, but I think he let that go a bit too early, so he's going to take a conversion into the Soul Sphere, the heavy version.
That's unfortunate. Here we go, trying to go full screen again here, activate again, but there's that EX. And you know what? Flux Waves will take that all day. That trade where they both get knocked down, that's great for Manat, especially since she was so far from the corner already as it is. Yeah, and if you're not going to do EX stand Kukak into EX DP, there's no reason for Flux Waves not to hit that standing light kick after blocking every single time. So Gavilan might have to pull a turnstile right there and go for the EX and the EX if he really wants to get Flux Waves to respect that a little bit.
Well, what an answer we saw there from Flux Waves in those closing moments of game 1. He used Stand Fierce because of its hitbox. He went under the V-Trigger 1, close out the round there. You always got to consider that when playing a projectile character against Manat and using it at certain ranges. But yeah, it's still going to be difficult. It's a cat and mouse matchup. When you do get in, you got to close out, get that knockdown. But also what you got to consider as well is the whole death by 1,000 cut strategy. And plus, it might be a lack of knowledge on the frame data with how the Soul Ank, the retraction of the orb works. So.
I need you to change your phrasing. As soon as you said cat and mouse, Jasmine walked back over here. So
oh, I'm sorry.
Mouse? Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, you got the mouse. You got the mouse pad and all that. Yeah, that's right.
That's true. That's true. There we go. Here comes that pressure in the corner. Okay, close to stun. This is dangerous. And you know, Flux Waves tried to hit a button on Wake Up. Interesting. Tried to challenge right there and ends up eating the button, getting stunned. So El Gavilan taking the first round here.
Yeah, it's probably because he thought El Gavilan was going to try and shimmy him. So you tried to take a chance with the 3-frame and activate. It didn't quite work out.
It's so interesting because a lot of times people are, there's this stigma on quote mashing and hitting buttons on wake up, but in Street Fighter V, man, that's absolutely a necessary option because that's how you stop shimmies. If you know the opponent's gonna shimmy, you press a button on wake up, right? I mean, that's literally the counter to shimmies.
Alright, looking good here for Flux Wave at the moment. Despite El Gavilan 1 round up. There's an EX Koryuken. He can do that. He's got 1 round up.
Yeah, the problem is right now he has no more EX meter. He's got that V trigger. Couldn't figure out a way to get it activated at all. Just ate a bunch of orbs at that point, and now Flux Waves is at match point here. So let's see if El Gavilan can take a game, can get 1 game here against Flux Waves.
Yeah, this is huge. He gets it to 1-1, and he went for a jump medium punch instead of a jump fierce or roundhouse, but he still makes amends with that combo straight to the corner here. Watch out for that CA. Okay, 1 grab.
Yeah, and then that orb right there. Oh, here we go. V trigger 1. Just blocks it, but I love the air-to-air, and actually, he landed first. He actually was able to get the meaty. Sometimes it's a little ambiguous in those air-to-air situations. Oh boy, here we go. You gotta block a mix. Oh, he was too far away. He couldn't get the fuzzy. He couldn't get the fuzzy, and a great block on that overhead.
I mean, I think the damage has been inflicted, yeah, and that's going to be a combo into CA there. The damage was done, even if you've got the positional advantage there. Flux is going to close it out with the CA there, and El Gavilan did the hard part, but he fell asleep at the wheel with the overhead, and sometimes that's all it takes. So well played there. Almost went to 1-1. Almost got there, El Gavilan, but well played to Flux for closing it out. Solid 2-0.
Yeah, no, shout-outs to El Gavilan. Did really, really well. I mean, that feels like a matchup on paper that, should kind of be a little annoying for Dan to get in there, trying to navigate those orbs. But I actually really liked how El Gavilan kind of focused on, because he's got the 1-bar V trigger, why not focus on trying to get that and using that as a pseudo-sonic boom to get in, right? I mean, it seemed like a really good idea, and it definitely worked a couple of times, but just wasn't able to close it out, but really well played by El Gavilan.
Yeah, I feel he gets closer and closer every time because he is playing a difficult matchup. If he bumps into Flux Wave, it's just a bad matchup, like character matchup, player matchup. But he does find new tricks and ways to adapt to the matchup over time. But came close, a close 2-0, as you say to your friend after you lost in the bracket.
And, let's take a look at the bracket right now and see what the situation is here. On the winner side and the loser side, as you see here, Old Pongalong did manage to defeat Mr. Poppy, which I imagine would have been the Dalsum Rose matchup, and so Dalsum comes through with that, and Truth God with the Dan taking out Nib Nib, the boxer. And so Truth God is continuing forward here, and the funny thing is, if El Gavilan can take out Old Pongalong and Truth God can take out Shadow Ace, oh no, Shadow Ace has already beat Truth God. Sorry, never mind.
Shadow Ace has already won.
We will not get the Dan rematch that I was hoping for. Okay, well, regardless, El Gavilan and Old Pongalong are going to fight each other, and El Chapate and Flux Waves, however, on the winner side of the bracket over there, you see, going to find out who's going to get into grand finals and be guaranteed at least that $150. Because again, it's $200 for first, $150 for second, $100 for third, and $50 for fourth. And shout outs once again to PlayStation Fight Nights. I like that even distribution right there. Make sure that all 4 players who get into that top 4 get a decent amount of money. Buy yourself a really nice dinner, get an Uber Eats one day, just be lazy and sit at home and Uber Eats yourself some barbecue or some steak or something like that.
Or you can buy yourself a PS5 pad and hit the link below. Compete.playstation.com. If you're enjoying the action here or any other action that shows up on this channel, please consider it. There's going to be more tournaments on the horizon for multitudes of games. We want you guys to get involved at home. I know thousands of you at home have a PlayStation account, so please get on with that. But yeah, he's got a PS4 pad. James needs one of these.
Oh, dang,
need.
Okay. Sorry,
anyway.
My PS5 pad's over there, so I can't grab it right now.
Don't worry, yeah. I'll tell you what you can do. We're going to take a break, and you can go and grab your PS5 pad and bring it back on stream, and maybe you can feed Jasmine at the same time. So yes, we are going to take our lovely esports break, which is going to be about 5 minutes or so. When we come back, there'll be more action here with Street Fighter 5 at PlayStation Fight Nights. We will see you very shortly.
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the MCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he get? No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Back, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio.
let's create moments from the games you love.
He'll take it.
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Welcome back, everybody, to PlayStation Fight Nights. We are continuing with some old school action here with Street Fighter V. I am joined here once again by Hollywood Jammers. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, James.
What else could
I hope
HD
you.
stand for? What else could HD stand for?
I don't know. High definition, maybe. I don't know. I made the name in 2011.
But I wanted to make sure.
oh.
I wanted to make sure that you
that you
didn't
got
think
there,
that I
James?
was
Can't-
just
can't
making
see
this
it.
up. Okay, here it is. Okay, I've got my PlayStation 5 controller here. Okay, I told
Okay.
you it was in the other room. It was the other room. Okay.
I
See,
like
now-
that. Now the guys are not going to give us one. They're not going to give us one now, but you shared it. Well done.
See, now I can showcase the generations of PlayStation gaming here with the.
Well, As you do that, as you showcase that, I would like to showcase something to you guys as well. Don't forget, we mentioned it at the top of the hour. I want to mention it again. There is a YouTube channel. We're actually on it right now, as well as the Twitch channel. Please head on over and subscribe, because not only will you see the broadcast from today and previous broadcasts and future broadcasts on that channel, you also see more content revolving around PlayStation Esports. And I want you guys to stay connected and stay involved in that. So please head on over to youtube.com/@PlayStation Esports to get all your PlayStation Esports content down there. And okay, breaking news before we speak to our humble guests. We need to check out the bracket to update you guys. We've got breaking news, but I need to check out the bracket real quick so we can refresh everybody where we are. So okay, Shadow Ace is waiting in the losers semi-final for his opponent out of El Gavilan and El Pongalong. We have the winners final, should be winners final, coming up right now with El Chapate going up against Flux Waves. That will be a best of 5, so first to 3 wins. We'll talk about that when the match actually starts. And of course, we did get word from the Voice of Reason earlier. Flux Waves is actually doing a dual tournament. He's playing SF5 with us. He's also in an SF6 tournament at the moment, and he just won his latest SF6 set 3-0. So he's working. He's working double time, and he might be getting his overtime pay. Who knows? Not many people get that these days.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, when Street Fighter 6 came out, a lot of people were like, oh, you know, it's the same cycle of life, of a fighting game life, right? When the new game comes out, now you'll see, I mean, when 5 came out, it was like, now you'll see Street Fighter 4 players, what real Street Fighter is like. And then when Street Fighter 6 came out, now Street Fighter 5 players, you'll see what... Dude, the good players are the good players, man. They will figure out how to adapt. That is why they are the good players, honestly.
I like the lie that sold every 6 years or so. Put seasons back. I'm like, is it? I don't know. Is that what you lot think? I don't know. You lot are playing crazier and crazier games as the generations go by. I'm here to just have a good time. Well, try to anyway. But yes, this is our winners final right now. Mika going up against Manat. Interesting choice. I thought he would have gone for the Mika mirror here, but I think he's avoided that the last couple of PS5
Oh, no,
nights.
no,
he's
no.
going
It is
poison.
going to be the poison over here. So, yeah, interesting. Okay. Not going to be the Manat this time.
But the change is here. He's gone with V-Skill 2 poison this time, Jason. Not V-Skill 1 as what he's done in the past.
I mean, having the somersault to be able to escape corners off of like anti-airs and, you know, key moments, crush counters, etc., I think is really, really important, you know, because that corner position is something that Mika definitely wants.
Yes, 100% here. So he's going to try and control the ground and chip away as much as possible. Good jab check on the drop kick. What he's always got to consider is the heavy heart rate or hard reads on the jump. If he gets opportunity, he's definitely more than welcome it with open arms. And he got an anti-opportunity there.
Oh, nice neutral jump. Okay, and here we go. He's going to get some decent damage off of this, you see, and then, of course, the screen push, almost just as important as the damage. Had the read on the jump from El Chapate and was able to take that round.
And that's what I was talking about before, right? When you get the opportunity to get the hard read on the jump with heavy heart rate, you will do it. And that's what Flux Waves did there to get the stun. Try to use heavy shooting Peach to kind of beat the whip and get a knockdown, because whether hook or by crook, he just needs that knockdown, man.
Ooh. Didn't confirm the clap into anything, so no corner positioning. There we go. The EX gonna get a little bit of space for Flux Waves away from that corner. Again, you want to stay. Oh gosh, yeah, that one time stopping the drop kick, the up heart rate.
Well, it is an airborne opponent, so it does leave Mika airborne, so it does qualify. It's a bit more, it's much more dangerous, I should say, but got it in the end.
Ooh, nice check. Nice check. One of the most important things that you have to learn fighting Mika is to not be scared to check that drop kick.
Well, he's got to be scared to get out of this corner. Let's see if he gets out. Guesses wrong. Still guesses wrong. Third time's a charm.
Still
That's punishable.
in there.
Oh,
I was
wow.
about to say, watch out for the EX Rainbow Typhoon, because that's how Chapate finishes off. Like I said, I want a stat on how many rounds Chapate has finished with that thing and how many times it's actually whiffed at the end of the round. He seems to find a way in with that command grab so often.
So I find it interesting, right? Because he could have punished the drop kick before with stand light kick, but like I think Chapate just input the command grab anyway to see what happens and got the round. So he's at a deficit right now, though, not looking too good.
Using the dash go to try to get in there, but like you said, big deficit, but beautiful check on the dash, and guess what? Here you go. No, oh, he didn't have the meter for the EX Peach after that standing medium punch. I like the V-break. It is minus, but at least you're safe in that situation. Plus frames, backdash from El Chapate. Ooh, this is such a dangerous situation. Throw a whiff, but nothing, and Flux Wave just says, I'm getting out of the corner, I'm trading with your V-skill, but now you gotta watch out. Here comes the dash go.
That was a very interesting choice. He forward dash jumped. He had more real estate to work with, but I think it's a very interesting choice to go about it that way. It worked out though, so I can't really like question it too much because he made it work out. Got a little bit tense at the end there because he done the immediate V reversal when the dash go came out, but again, he's holding it down. Goes 1-0 up in this winners final set here. Now,
that's awesome. Good to see it. Actually, oh, interesting. So El Chapate gonna stay here, and remember, this one is 3 out of 5. Remember, we've seen Kawano literally pick Lucia to counter Fudo's poison before, and I do think Lucia actually fights poison all right. Like, I feel like that's actually a good fight for Lucia. So
yeah,
I'm
I get you.
That's not what El Chapate went with.
Well, he's going to stick with his guns. Gets a good knockdown here with the Peach Gator V reversal. Oh, that was close. That was close. But you know what? He's still in a dangerous situation here, James. Stays in front. Good block. I think he's been hit by it too many times to know what that is.
Oh, try to go for a shimmy. No bite from El Chapate. Gets in there with the Nadeshko. Here we go. Corner situation. The Molotov misses, but Flux Wave still manages to get out of the corner. Oh, is he going to trade with that? Oh, no. Just
see, you can stop that with V-Skill 2. You have to be ready, because it's a 2-hit V-Skill, right? And that only absorbs 1 hit.
Can't you just hold the whip and just wait till she lets go of the mic? Uh-oh.
Oh, he's trying to go for a reset. I think he thought the Irish rip hit, and that's where he's going to go for the reset, but he's blocked instead. But yeah, go back to your point. You can just wait for the trade, but obviously, if you don't want to lose any damage, depending on the situation, there's a V-Skill 2.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure, El Chapate was trying to do medium into the clap, into not the Irish whip. Oh, what a V-shift. Nicely done.
Could have got more damage, though, with the stand fierce punish, but you got to punish him out of the corner regardless. That's all that matters.
Ooh, didn't even trade that one. Just stopped the microphone completely.
Block.
Oh, yeah, that's a punish.
break yet because that's going to be get cancelled there from Poison. Is he going to V-shift again or hold it? He's going to hold it.
EX Rainbow Typhoon kills at this point. Oh, the crush counter from Flux Waves. He showed no!
I think, okay, he got the game anyway. I think he did the wrong combo. He could have done a different combo to build the meter for the EX Avant line and then use the burn damage. Get a kill from there. Right. But he's 2 up anyway. So I'm just being a nitpicky Poison player.
I almost thought I was about to commentator's curse him because I was about to say he should be able to get the kill here, and then the combo dropped, and I was like, glad I didn't say it. I'm glad I didn't say it. That's why he was able to still win, because I didn't commentator's curse him. So.
Nice jump forward fierce there. Good block there from Chapate as well. So it looks like he's going to go for a different strategy instead. Build as much V-meat as possible. Potentially get 2 Nadeshkos in this round. 1 to get in, and then 1 for the mix-up. Rush counter, throwing it out with malicious intent. Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm so surprised that, you know, he is sticking with the Mika, so there's no change here, and it is not working out here much for El Chakotay at all. Flux Waves with a huge life lead, but that life lead is going to go bye-bye real quick by eating that drop kick as a crush counter. Oh, it is a dangerous situation.
Heart rate or activation. Guess for Molotov, there's 1. Molotov, there's 2. And
nice!
Crouch, medium kick to close out that round.
We saw El Chakotay in that corner, that pressure situation. He went for the crouch pierce again. That's when Flux Waves crush countered him in the previous match with the heavy kick. They went with that same mix, the same options again, but unfortunately for El Chakotay that time, actually unfortunately for Flux Waves, it was a trade that time. The second time.
Gotta be careful because there might be a super waiting. Who knows?
Oh, there it is. Just like you said, let's get the big life lead, but you know, this is kind of one of those virtual life leads right now because El Chakotay can definitely tie it up with their own super. And here's a good start for it.
Okay, didn't get that. Should have worked. But that should be the game. That should be the round. That should be the round if he does the combo.
No, he wants to preserve that meter. He didn't want to go for the super. He was hoping to save some meter for the next round, and it pays off. But man, that was a risk to take.
All right, let's see if Chapate can extend this in 1 game. Edging closer to the grand final winner's side. But Flux Waves just came back off a win. Okay, too far. Too far to get the connection. That's fine.
Now you're in the corner, so this is a very scary situation here.
Activation, delay, and a back throw. Accidental back throw worked out. Watch out for the super. You gotta be very careful. Yeah, you gotta be very careful how you do this.
Because Mika can punish so many things with that super being in the corner that she can't punish anywhere else on the screen.
Watch out for what the audacity to do a forward throw.
Chip is a scary thing, and maybe you, especially since you use that. Oh, you V-shifted. Wow, that was scary. Yeah.
Now, that was an interesting scenario. So well played to Flux Wave there for taking it to Rio. That was an interesting scenario because I think he did the V-shift out of immediate panic. That was the decision he stood by. But the thing is as well, if Chapate like went for a jump, the jump would have avoided the CA and it would have caught the V-shift. Yeah. So I think he just like registered it a bit too late, or he was probably thinking about something else. So no, that was a very, very tense scenario those last couple of seconds.
Yeah, I was almost wondering if it would have been worth it for Flux Waves, who have just gone for the super chip at one point in time, to get Chakotay to spend the V reversal, right? That's something we've seen a lot more in the late life cycle in Japan. I know I've seen a lot more players in Japan, like Tokido especially, will just go for the chip kill to make you spend the meters so you don't have the V reversal comeback potential anymore, you know, that late in a round. So I'm surprised that's not what Flux Waves went for. Regardless, he got the round, he got the game, he got the match, so he will be in grand finals awaiting to see who comes out of there.
All right, so yeah, and also what you got to consider as well is he probably didn't go for that chip sequence because it could have been wake up super. So many different layers and mind games going on here. But speaking of the layers, this is what the layered bracket is looking like right now. Grand finals, Flux Wave sitting in the winner's side, sitting pretty. Like we said, he's actually in 2 tournaments at the moment. One of them SF5, one of them SF6. He definitely loves his Street Fight, if you couldn't tell. but he's going to be awaiting the winner of the losers final between El Chapate and his opponent from the upcoming match of Old Pongalong going up against Shadow Ace. So yes, the respective finals are 3 out of 5s. So that is the winners final, losers final, and grand final. But we are going back to the losers semi-final, which differs back to 2 out of 3, just to let you guys know.
I mean, you got to imagine like how great it is these days for a lot of these players playing online now, you know, with these online tournaments, being able to enter more than one tournament at a time. I mean, we've seen situations where a player has won 2 tournaments in the same day, getting prize money from 2 different places at the same time. You know, it's definitely kind of a nice thing to be able to have, something that, you know, I know my generation, you know, we would have never been able to dream of having something like that, you know, playing in 2 online tournaments at the same time.
You make it sound like a very dangerous pop-up ad I don't want to click. Hey, do you want to win $400 in the next hour? Just play some Street Fighter. That's all it is. But yes, there we go. We're getting our losers semi-final.
If you want to win $200 playing some Street Fighter, you see up there in the corner, compete.playstation.com. Definitely want to sign up for a lot of their events coming up. I believe we have more Street Fighter V events coming up too. So if this is still your favorite fighting game, I believe we should have some more Street Fighter V events for you guys. But there's so many different games that you can play there. And Old Pongalong and Shadow Ace, however, they're going to keep playing some Street Fighter V here against each other.
All right. So we had this matchup before. We did. Yes, this was game 2 of the round 1 set of matches. So it is a run back in the losers semifinal. So these guys, whoever loses here, gets to walk away with $50 from tonight's Fight Nights. But let's see if Old Pongalong can make the necessary adjustments. As James called it before, Old Pongalong was a bit too liberal, a bit too offensive with those teleports. This time round, hopefully he doesn't stay in the autopilot cruise control. Those necessary adjustments, and he may be able to edge it out this time round. The V-Trigger 1 has been causing him a ton of grief, hasn't it, James?
Yeah, you saw right there, teleported right back in there again. Definitely, I mean, Dhalsim is one of the characters in Street Fighter V where you can really see the difference between the players. Obviously Mr. Crimson, Arturo, Dankadias, they all played very unique styles of Dhalsim from each other. And it was really cool to see. And Shadow Ace just coming in there, and again, you know, as much as Old Pongalong likes to teleport, Shadow Ace loves that EX Psycho upper like all of the Eds do.
Well, I think, nice double backdash there into the Yoga Flame punish. Yeah, I think just Shadow Ace has clocked onto Old Pongalong's like habits of trying to win a scramble. Sometimes you don't need to win them all. It's an art winning scrambles in fighting games, trust me.
That's a great way to put it. You can win, you can lose some of them. You don't have to win them all. But as long as you win the ones that count, that's the important part. That's what Old Pongalong tried the first time. Remember the stand heavy punch under the V trigger, and it failed him last time. He actually got clipped. This time it worked.
Yes, it did indeed. Already making those necessary adjustments. Got a substantial life lead to work with in this round here. Hopefully he doesn't relinquish that.
This is where we're gonna say don't teleport. Okay, now.
Well, James did warn you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh dear. Okay, watch out.
Yeah, get out of there. Oh, but you're sucked back in. I like that V reversal. Don't deal with the plus frames from Ed at all. And now, stay back here. You don't need to do anything crazy. Oh god, my heart skips a beat.
James did warn you. All you got to do is hold it out. I know it's long and it can be tedious. 20 seconds on the clock left. One straight Yoga Fire could do it. No,
See, you wait for the opponent to kill themselves. It is such an important thing to learn how to do, and you see the patience from Old Pongalong to the point where that round win required almost no effort. Like Shadow Ace almost delivered that round on a silver platter at the end there. So that is why it's so important to be able to have that mental fortitude to stay back and play the defensive game.
Well, let's see how this last round in game one closes out here, because again, he could be a bit too comfortable, complacent with how he won that last round, or he could be panicked into throwing out a lot of resources just to go back to neutral. Let's find out.
Okay,
My teleport win.
teleports out of there.
Psycho Cannon, good block.
Good block! Good block! Staved one of them off, but you know you're going to have to fight another one pretty soon, especially with the amount of V-skills that Shadow Ace is throwing out right now.
Okay, he slid under hard kick. I didn't know he could do that. At least, I think that was crouch light kick that slid under hard kick. Oh no, dude, not that. Oh wow, and wow, okay.
Ow. Oh, wake up slide. Interesting. Okay. And now life is pretty even at this point, and yeah, that's gonna get chewed up right there. Oh, he didn't get the juggle. He didn't have an EX meter to combo off of that back medium kick, and that throw didn't kill, and the sniper missed. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Pongalong has gotten so many rebirths in life here.
Just back away. No, okay, good block. And he's going to have to hold this mix up. He has to throw take. That was audacious. Oh my word. He's going to do another one. He's going to do another one. Oh.
Man.
Wow. You know what?
I mean,
sometimes guys just like to live life on edge, you know? I think these guys were having a whale of a time in that last couple of seconds there. What do you think, James?
Are we sponsored by the new Mission Impossible movie here? Because like that ending, I just heard dun 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 dun, because it was definitely some danger right there, driving bikes off of cliffs and stuff like that. That was definitely a clenching moment right there.
Well, I mean, if you watch how it was won by a nose hair, basically. Old Pongalong, if he can kind of like increase the gap and make it a much cleaner win, Shadow Ace will probably be more deterred to doing certain things. But because he was so close to win that, I feel he's just going to keep the game plan alive, James. He's going to stick to the same game plan.
Ooh, nice, and that's what Shadow Ace has got to do. If Pongalong is going to play a little bit more of the defensive game, you got to find those moments to dash in like that. And I love the walk under to get the corner again. And here we go, pressure, but he puts himself in the corner. Oh, that is a bad look right there, because look what's happening now. Shadow Ace going for that crossover. That's why he wanted to get that charge heavy punch so badly, was to switch the sides, but it is costing him so much health right here. Old Pongalong now back to the slow game here.
And he's got all that screen to work with here. Teleport's coming very soon because he just does it. We know how he works. Oh no, he didn't do it. He just played over.
Dude, there we go. And see, that, I mean, again, you know, there's part of us that could be like, why did you teleport? But the thing is, because in this game he hasn't been teleporting as much, it makes the teleport that much harder to read and that much more surprising. And so it actually worked that time.
This is a lot better from old Pongalong. Again, he probably had time to recollect his thoughts, really assess mentally what happened the last game. And what a turnaround. Trades, yep, scrambles. A lot of trades happening. Gets the EX Air Gale out there. Here comes the Psycho Cannon again. Oh, it's simple. Yeah, he's mixing up all his escape options or counterplay to the Psycho Cannon, so that Shadow Ace doesn't get a clean read.
And yeah, now we're back into this situation again. Just needs to do one little tick of damage here. Uh-oh, yeah, V reversal, don't want to deal with the plus frames, and here comes that again, and makes it over no problem in impatient fashion. But the back throw is crucial. Shadow Ace does put himself back in the corner, but he's going to go into the super. He needs to do as much damage and put himself in at least a guess for game situation potentially.
Reversal, EX Trigger 5 for the mix-up, teleport, and there you have it. He stuck to the script. He said, read your lines on page 4, line 15, as I repeat them. And he said, I will win off this mix-up here. Classic stuff. And what a turnaround from old Pongalong. Well played, well played.
Shadow Ace just should have held drive parry, right? Because that way you don't have to choose which way to... Oh wait, that's right. Sorry.
I mean, you know, in that other game, people said, well, maybe if you V shifted there. Oh wait.
Right.
It's like, well, if you just held drive parry, you leave yourself susceptible to throws, but you don't have to deal with the left, right. The mix-up's still there, though, EX Yoga Fire into teleport.
Yeah.
But you know what? Again, dramatic turnaround. Again, they were essence of what happened in the first encounter between those guys, but it was just more of old Pongalong felt more comfortable dealing with Ed's V-Trigger 1. Showing a little bit more patience, and because he had such a huge life lead to work with, I guess any risk that Shadow Ace wanted to take, it was like, well, this is not really gonna really work out in your favor in the long run now, is it? So, well, great adaptation. Really love to see it.
But, you know, Shadow Ace isn't going home empty-handed, so he is getting $50 for that performance there. That was loser semi, so it was 2 out of 3 and not 3 out of 5. But Pongalong is going to be going up against El Chakotay. This one will be back to 3 out of 5 in this situation. But again, Shadow Ace, $50. I mean, wasn't that the number at the end of his name, Shadow Ace 50, or was it Shadow Ace?
Yeah.
Else? Okay.
No, Shadow Ace
there
50.
you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. So now he's Shadow Ace 50 because that's 50 for each dollar that he won here on PlayStation Fight Nights. So there you go.
Well, right. We should be setting up the losers final now, I believe. So I know Flux was in another tournament. I don't know if Chapate is in another tournament as well, switching between the characters. But yes, we are going to our losers semi-final now. Mika versus Dalsim. Taylor's oldest time, I believe it is. 7 years in the making.
Losers finals, right? Or is this
Yeah,
losers
we should.
semi?
We should have losers final. We just had losers semi-final with old
yeah.
Pongalong and Shadow Ace, so we should be going losers final with El Chakate and old Pongalong. Dalsim versus Mika, matchup as old as time. Yep, 7 years in the making. There's obviously been buffs and nerfs between the characters, but the crux of the matchup is still there. How Mika gets
honestly,
in, and when she stays in, it can be difficult to break off. But B shift reduces the possibility of the guessing element, I should say.
I mean, Mika's definitely a lot happier with this matchup than she was back in Alpha 3 days. Let's just put it that way. So.
Oh yeah.
Mika was
I heard
not
the
a
stories,
good
don't
character
worry.
back. Actually, to be fair, I used to use our Mika to fight against Dalsim. Like, definitely won a grand finals of an Alpha 3 tournament with Mika versus Dalsim. Now that I remember it, so.
Yeah, you probably had custom combos. That's why.
Yeah, I remember taking a tournament in that matchup. I used to actually be able to win tournaments, Cameras. I did. I swear.
I didn't say you didn't.
You didn't.
Oh, hold on. Anti-air. I'll take that. Shit. I'll take that any day of the week. That reduces the mix-up opportunity and the damage potential that Mika gets from the Deshko. I'll take that any day of the week. But guess for game. Oh, they're chased out.
Oh, what? Oh, but no EX, no EX. I think he did the input for the EX just in case he got the meter, but he didn't. He was like a couple of pixels away, and if that had come out, I think he would have been able to win, but it just didn't build up enough meter.
All right. Oh, what a jump. What a jump. And he neutral jumps as well and left it to float as well, because Dalsim does have the slowest jump.
Yeah, I was surprised that punished in time still. Alright. Oh, guy got a lot. Okay, there we go. Yeah, good idea. Just go to the other side of the microphone. Get the damage there.
Yeah, Dalsim is allowed to teleport if he sees the microphone, because he'll look the other way, and cross-ups do beat the microphone.
Here we go, the reset. What side? Again, but the jumping fierce was so high. What a block on the down medium punch from the air, and it was like a cross-up, and then he had the punish, so nice awareness from old Pongalong.
Oh, sets out the yoga for a nice jump away there from El Chakate to avoid the mix-up. Still chasing down, though. He's spending a lot of meter to keep up the pressure and have old Pongalong on his toes. So I do like this hyper-aggressive style at the moment. Yeah, look at this.
But El Chakotay's also got to be careful of throwing those microphones, right? Because like you said, Dalsim has an easy way to take advantage of that. Basically, instant teleport is an instant... Is he dead?
Nope. Still alive.
Okay. Good call. Oh, the microphone kill! I think El Chakotay, doesn't he have like something on his stream where he like tries to get microphone kills and like, you know, like, I think it was like viewers can redeem points on his chat to like actually go for microphone kills or something.
Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. Because again, like remember, you got to save up the points and you got to look at the channel point options. So I didn't know he had that. I mean, if you do that, that's sick. It's a shame we might have to do something different with Street Fighter 6 there.
Oh man. Okay, here we go. Now El Chapate getting in there. Yep, there we go. Got the kick command throw right over there, which can loop into itself. But now the teleport out of the corner.
Nice backdash, or shall I say, nice V-shift. Avoid the commander. Building up, the Deshko's here to help with the entry point here for El Chapate. So you just need to find one clean opening. You might save it for a mix-up, who knows? Here it comes.
Ooh, here we go. Dash up. Nope, he just walks up. Goes for the meaty, heavy Lady Mika instead. Wake up armor, but Pongalong just accidentally walked into it. But Pongalong got the wake up throw, but what a jump back from Chapate. Pongalong didn't catch that. He autopiloted into that teleport again and ended up eating the jump heavy kick.
Yeah, I gotta say, all Pongalong's V-shift timings have actually been really good against Mika today, but like for every great thing that he does, he kind of slips back into old habits and makes a mistake that's huge. There you go, speak of the devil. And there's the stun, one reset, and if he gets the command grab, that's gonna be the round. Doesn't even need it.
Well, still needs one more thing there, and yeah, just checks light punch, light punch, light punch. Pongalong tries to do something in between because he was probably thinking to himself, man, Chapate ends every one of these rounds with the Rainbow Typhoon. I'd better press a button after 2 lights. And Chapate's like, nope, 3rd light.
Hey, man, it's just what happens, and it's the mind game, because it could be 2 buttons command grab, it could be 1 button command grab for the tick throw, it could be raw command grab, it could be 3 lights into a staggered 4th. You just don't know, man. You got to be on your toes at all hours of the day.
Yeah, but unfortunately for old Pongalong, he is down 2-0. Fortunately for him, it is 3 out of 5, so he still has an opportunity to make a comeback, but it is going to be a long road here. Wow! Flipped
Oh,
him
that's
and
going to
then
be star. That's going to be star. Oh, wow.
he
Okay. I think
reset
that's done.
it. That's what he
that's done.
tried
Is
to
it the
do
meter?
earlier against Flux Waves. Remember, he missed it, and he got it
that's
here for the kill. That was really smart reset. Oh, boy. That's brutal.
That is brutal indeed. I'll tell you what's brutal as well. El Chapate's on match point. It's brutal for old Pongalong if he can't find a way back into this set, James.
Jeez. Here we go. Another throw.
Oh dear, it's just going from bad to worse. Out of the frying pan into the fire. That's stun, and he might reset you again. To be honest, if he's not gonna kill, he might reset you again. No, he doesn't need to. You might as well V-shift for the sake of it, mate. You might as well V-shift for the sake of it, but he didn't.
He tried to hit a button on wake up again. Old Pongalong at that point, just desperation, making a hard call, pressing something on wake up. You saw the counter hit for Armika, and sure enough, El Chapate is gonna take it. And that's going to book himself back into the it's going to book himself into the grand finals to fight against Flux Waves again. And, you know, that was a 3-0 for Flux Waves with that poison against the Armika. So I'm wondering, maybe does El Chapate try something different this time? Does he try to go with the Lucia, like I mentioned earlier? You know, Lucia has the ability to heavy burn kick over, you know, the crouching fierce whips and such, you know, so, and then once she gets in, I mean, Lucia has some of the best corner pressure rush down in Street Fighter V, so you can definitely snowball against poison fairly well.
Yeah, I think it's just mainly a case of El Chapate hasn't got that buffer at the moment. If he resets the bracket and chooses to do so for a final versus 3, he could do so, but I think he's probably just going to stick it out with the Mika. If he goes to the Lucia, though, that'll be pleasant to see, because it has been a little while since I've watched his Lucia in action. And then it'll be fantastic to see will like Flux switch it up, because he done it before. We thought, oh yeah, bring back the poison again, but then he stuck out with the Nat. He still has his Mika. They could do, like, I just like the variety these guys offer, right? And it's not only just the characters; it could be the V system loadouts as well that they bring. But again, I don't know what position. We haven't got word from the voice of reason. If Flux Waves is currently playing another match in Street Fighter 6, so he's going to be with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they
and
are
you
setting
know-
up at the moment, but it should be fine.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier, how difficult it is to use multiple characters in this game because there's 45 matchups or 44 matchups, whatever the number is that you have to learn in this game. So it's really impressive to see Flux Wave have such a strong control over so many different characters, and you can see how it's paying off, right? I mean, he uses the right character for the choice, and it works, but again, there's a difference between saying learn multiple characters for your bad matchups and actually doing it because it's really hard. But sure enough, we see the Lucia from El Chapate, so he's definitely gonna go this route and see if maybe Lucia can provide something different for him against Poison. Like I said, one of the key things is that heavy burn kick does help a lot, but you know, if Poison spaces are out properly, she can get really decent whiff punishes on that. But more importantly, once Lucia gets Poison in the corner, it's a scary situation for sure.
Yeah, no, good call on the Lucia pick, James. That was actually a good call. So we'll see how this unfolds. It might be one game and then he comes off it, but we'll see how far it makes it. You can use Flipper Shot to a certain degree. If you use the medium version, Poison can V-skill 2 under it, but it's kind of like a hard read. You've got to be ready for it. You can actually frustrate Poison into jumping in this matchup as well, actually, but he does Cyclone Spinner into the V-trigger.
Yeah, that V-trigger cancel very rarely rewards you with it. You saw the burn kick attempt there, but I think he went for the medium burn kick. That looked like the medium one, not the heavy one. I think the heavy one would have hit. The nice thing about the heavy one hitting, too, is that it actually gives you the knockdown. That was interesting. Wow. Oh,
dear.
just goes for
Mix
the
up.
hard read on the sweep.
Oy.
And there it is. Corner position. Flux Waves panicking a little bit, waking up, hitting buttons. El Chapate though with the meaty standing medium punch. That medium punch is like +3 on block, I think it is.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
is.
something ridiculous like that, so it's really nice. El Chapate.
It's a go-to pressure tool, isn't it? So
Oh, yeah, just goes right under there, get the damage. But oh yeah, clips, it gets the knockdown on that second hit, catches him standing up, trying to walk backwards, and there's the run cancel the throw. Here's the corner pressure. What's Chapate gonna do? Activate. Shimmy.
oh, that's dead. Oh no, that's gonna be stunned. I don't know if this post-stun combo. I think it's the wrong one. Did he do the wrong one? No, he didn't. I'm lying. He did the right one.
Oh, it
Oy.
killed! Wow, I was actually surprised. I was going to say it wasn't going to kill because Lucia is one of those characters, because a lot of her combo extensions require light punches and fireballs. She kills the damage of her combos really fast, but you saw El Chapate avoid all of those situations, didn't go for any sort of the low jab into the EX fireball and stuff, so he avoided the horrible scaling that Lucia can cause herself and was able to take that one. So there we go. So Lucia pick, working out.
Yeah, it definitely is working out, and you have to remember as well, V-Trigger 1 Burning Fight just enhances all of her V-Trigger moves and makes the regular version EX versions, and then the EX versions do a slightly more damage extension, so I like the fact that EX Tornado Spinner won us that last game bit. But let's see what the answer is from Flux Waves here.
That's crazy, man. I mean, on social media, all I ever did was just complain about how bad Lucia is, and I'm sitting here watching her. Boy, do I miss this character. I really enjoy playing this character, to be honest.
I mean, you still can if you want. You still want to turn the game on. That's all.
I mean, I've got Kimberly and Cammy to work with right now, so.
Ooh, okay. Does the extension, delayed back throw, because he thought maybe a delayed tech was coming. That's going to be the round into
you see
the EX.
Just walk right outside of the range of that standing heavy punch, I think it was, that Flux Waves whiffed, and then just came in with the EX run kicks. Nicely done.
One of the tough things about this matchup for Poison is how well the Lucia player uses Cyclone Spinner, whether it's a whip punish tool or just well spaced. You can do spacing traps with it. Chapate's been exhibiting that to us really well thus far.
Flux Waves taking that big chunk of damage here. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you need to jump those fireballs like that. Oh, gosh, man. Alright, so there is one of the only options she has for the juggle. Throws the V reversal. Here's the corner, -2, safe on block.
Oh, try to do a Love Me Tender to go over the flicker shot there, but didn't quite work out. Look at that, already exhausted the V-trigger completely there, James.
He has the corner still. That's the important part. I like that V reversal from Flux Waves. Get Lucia off of here. Yeah, get back into this mid-screen situation here.
Arbitrary sweep. He's got that no contact sweep. He needs it though, and then one more burn kick should do it. Oh, he tried to throw him and it's not working.
Oh, he could have comboed! He could have comboed off of that! Wow, and you got away with a raw jump like that. And Chapate at the last second, I think, tried to input the DP, but was just too late.
Yeah, probably. And then again, going outside of the whip range there to be allowed to run back in, throw those flipper shots, even bait with the firecracker as well. Really mixing it up here. He gets crush countered, that is.
I feel like that was an execution mistake from Chapate after that sweep. You saw the double light kick. I think that was supposed to be a fireball.
Probably. Oh no, that's going to be a lot of damage and stun. He might do a delayed jab. Who knows?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird.
Not really. I think the trick was behind the activation because it was one of the most potent activations at one point for Lucia. If you V-reversal the second hit, she could throw you. I think she could throw you or block in time. So you had to do an early V-reversal to get the hit and then knock him away.
I was just surprised the V reversal even got the activation in the first place. I thought he was just going to get hit. So, but yeah, nicely done for the Flux Waves to stave that off. Shows that, you know what, I can definitely handle this Lucia. And yeah, you talked about the no contact sweep. I mean, that really is a lot of Lucia's game plan, is the very high risk kind of game that she's got to play. You know, calling out button presses with the Gunsmoke, for example. You know, going for things like that. Ooh, nice. Oh no, but too far away. That's one of the things that all Lucia players hate right there, is that you can miss that flipper shot after the burn kick at certain ranges.
All right. Oh, he could have punished that, but he's not sure because of what's been happening with the sweep. The mind game's already been instilled, so he's just not sure about it. Cyclone spinner in there. Can he get the two lights to throw?
Oh, the cross-up. It didn't hit. I will be of the person who always oh, the shimmy. I always complain that I think Lucia's cross-up is horrible, and that you saw one of the reasons right there. It's not. It's really not. Her cross-up is fine, but that's just salt. That's patented, trademarked James Chen salt.
I think that's why a lot of people disregard your saltiness, James.
Absolutely. Hey, at least I admit it when I sit here and say, okay, look.
Oh, yeah.
Not as bad as I say it is. Just let me to my salt here.
Oh, yeah, look, man, accountability is a big deal. And then you say, look, I'm just wallowing in my tears. That's all. Nice punish.
I call my stream the Chenzor Dynasty, and I always say our #1 export is salt. So there you go.
Well, there you go. I'll take that. Ready for trade. Activation. Don't be a shift. Okay. He tried to backdash, I think. And he's going to die because of it.
Wow! Nice conversion by El Chapate. Nice job.
All right. Let's see who goes 2-1 up here. This 2-1 lead is going to be a huge deal, by the way.
Yeah, but remember, El Chapate is still in the loser's bracket. He needs to reset this. So he needs to win 2 sets of 3 out of 5. It's a long road, but he can definitely do it. It's looking good so far. If he can take this and go 2-1, he'll be even that much closer to being able to take the tournament.
Yeah, this hit and run style and really catching him with the cyclone kicks is super big, because it's like you don't want Poison to easily control you and pin you down with the whip. You want to make it as difficult yet as possible.
Yeah, he is finding those cyclone kicks really. Oh, wait a second. Flux Waves said, you know what, I've got all this meter, let's get this damage now. Put you on, put you on your toes here, because any hit now can kill you, but you gotta watch out. Oh no, that was punishable on block.
Yeah, he wasn't sure about it, and he just needs one light kick to close it out. No, the grey health is replenished, so he's gonna take a heavy attack to do it. I think he's watching for the jump more than the low.
Yeah. Oh, below. Oh, he's in. He's in. Oh, he's too slow. I don't think he stopped the run as fast as he thought it was gonna stop. Oh, that's so unfortunate for El Chapate, because he got the run and to stop, but stopping in this game is hitting back. you can actually activate the run and hit the back too early before,
right?
Because the hit stop on the low forward into the run, you hit back before she actually starts moving, and then she doesn't stop. And I think that's what happened to El Chapate there, because he got a little eager and ahead of himself.
Right. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. I think. Do you know what? That probably sounds. It might be easier or harder. That might sound similar to Kimberly's run stop with the EX version, I think.
Well, the nice thing about Kimberly is that you hit punch to stop for her. And
right, yes.
That has been one of the changes that I have wanted for Lucia, was to change it so that, you know, her light kick made her stop, and maybe give her two versions of a run kick, because she only just has run kick and run punch, whereas most of the traditional Final Fight characters have always had run, light, medium, or heavy kick. You know, Kimberly has all three, so they put the stop on punch. But Lucia just has a punch and a kick. I would have just liked it if they just moved everything to kick. It doesn't make sense that one of the kick buttons would make her do the shoulder with the elbow attack. I understand. It's an arm, not a leg, but still, I think it would have been a little bit easier to control the character that way.
Yeah, no, I definitely concur with that reasoning. That makes perfect sense. I think that's why they probably... I like that they rectified a lot of things with 5, and they put him in Sorello.
Whoa! Have we
Interesting
ever
choice
seen
here.
an El Chapate G before?
If we have, it hasn't been on Fight Nights. That's all I can tell you. Interesting choice here. I think the burst damage can help with G. The fireball game has been toned down, so that makes the whip game much stronger for Poison. He can level up and then make the fireball the best fireball in the game. So it depends on what his philosophy is here. But very peculiar choice. Not one I'm used to seeing, I must say.
Yeah, but Flux Waves here, I mentioned that many times in these tournaments, he's come from the losers bracket to get back to the winners finals. And he has won these PlayStation Fight Nights before, but has a lot of times come second, you know, to a player like El Chapate. You know, this time coming from the winners side, it'd be awesome to see him take this, you know, and have basically a no set defeat win.
I see. So it looks like he's going for a defensive strategy, the reversal, and then surprise him with the level up until, yeah, he's got the fireball. And at certain distances, he's done. That might be it. Not quite. Regular throw should do the trick. Close enough. And the overhead, it hits on your knees, but it's still an overhead. That's how it works in these games. Don't question it. You just get hit by it. Yes, I like this element of surprise strategy.
And honestly, you know, he has one of those, like Alex, the super far range overhead. So a lot of times you just forget you can get hit by it from that range.
Yes, indeed. Okay, yeah, he's using the EXG burst or the knockdown from B reversals to level up as quickly as possible. If Poison is within range, you can use these skills too. But then again, all you need to do is knock him down and then you'll be alright. Punish that. Thank you.
Yeah, nice. Get the knockdown as well. Because that's the thing too, is that Poison isn't particularly good at knocking you down when you're a screen away. And so if he builds up those presidentiality levels, it's a little bit harder to bring him down, right?
Yes. That is correct. A nice trade in the air-to-air. See you there.
Flux Waves. Now it's his turn for me to give him the old Pongalong. Ah, never mind. He still went in and it worked. But man, that is such a risk.
Well, that risk has put him at a deficit here. Match point, tournament point here for Flux Waves. He's got to be careful with certain space moves as well, but he hasn't landed the command grab yet either. No super cancel.
This is looking great for Flux Waves right now. This is a classic Poison match, and I don't know what that super was. Double dash and punish.
Nah, that was probably in anticipation of a heart rate. I'll stand face again after the heart rate cancel. But you can block in time during the screen freeze, so.
Most characters can double dash and punish that G super, right? Or is it a single? I might be thinking
they can single dash and jump, I think.
Okay. Yeah, might have been.
They can definitely jump.
Gil, I think Gil you can double dash against him. Look at this life lead that Flux Waves has. Tiny chunk of life left. That's for the tournament. He's going in. He doesn't care at all.
Gotta block this one out. Yeah, just block it out. And he tried to shimmy there. He could have got like a jailing situation, but watch out. One crouch face or one more. Oh,
the
no.
jump, no, it didn't. Here we go. Opportunity for Chico. Oh, no! And Flux Waves defying the smug right there. He definitely did act like he wasn't going to get command grabbed, and he was right. Flux Waves will take the tournament without losing a set here. Congratulations to him. Love to see it. Love to see this performance from Flux Waves. And as you mentioned, he's playing in a Street Fighter 6 tournament at the same time, so he might just be on it today. He might just be feeling it.
Yeah, this would be a great confidence boost here. PlayStation Fight Nights, win the Street Fighter 5, collect some money, go, yeah, I can actually prosper, go far, maybe even win the tournament for the Street Fighter 6 one I'm currently in. But you know what? Full credit to El Chapate. Props him for going a different direction this time around, experimenting more with Lucia and even dabbling with the G there, the one time with a command grab. That might be the 1 or 2 times with the command grab. They didn't work out, unfortunately. I like the strategy he tried to employ with just use the EX Fireball or just get a knockdown, send him away, and surprise Flux Waves with the level up there. He almost had the opportunity to win the round because when G has the best Fireball, it's difficult for boys to navigate around. That's when you have to spend meter, and in a way that could be cost effective for you. Right. But yeah, great stuff from Flux Wave nevertheless. But let's take one final look at the bracket before we wrap things up here tonight. As James alluded to, Flux Waves has not lost a set today, and we're going to be seeing that on the bracket momentarily. We had the other guys come through. Pongalong actually had a very good run today, I must say. I think this is his best performance. 3rd place, I think.
See here, obviously, Flux Waves is the one that's going to be taking home that $200 prize. El Chapate with $150. And then, as you mentioned, Old Pongalong with a great tournament run here, taking home the $100. Shadow Ace with the $50. Also, they can, buy some cool PlayStation controllers and PlayStation merch. So, to get, to do some more damage in compete.playstation.com.
Indeed, but yeah, shout outs to all the players today. Killmaster Papi, El Chapate, Shadow Ace, Old Pongalong, Flux Wave, Truth God, El Gavilan. Shout outs to the regulars coming through and putting on a show once again for PlayStation Fight Nights. Remember, they are here each and every time, and you guys can be part of this as well for your respective region. Down below, yes, my production team are absolutely fantastic. The link is down below. If you've been watching us for a while and you want to consider it, please head on over to compete.playstation.com to find out more details when and where you can find out when your next PlayStation event will be, of course. Do not forget as well, because again, it's not just for Street Fighter 5. There's plenty of games around that you guys can sign up for. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. You'll see this tournament archived up there. There's Dragon Ball Fighter stuff, Mortal Kombat stuff up there. There's plenty of content on there for you guys to soak up. And not just esports content, other things revolving around esports as well. Or should I say, not just tournament content, other esports content revolving around that stuff there as well. So, please.
And if you want to get involved with the community as well, you can check out their Discord. The QR code is coming up here right on the screen for you. You can just take a picture of that and it'll send you to Discord. As you mentioned, Jammers, everyone's got Discord on their phone. That's how everybody communicates these days. What's your Discord? And so you want to come and join the PlayStation Tournaments Discord. Again, talk with all these players here, be a part of a cool community and find some good players to compete and practice against. So again, join this Discord. You'll also get information as well on, on the PlayStation Esports events. They'll have articles and videos for you to watch as well. And it's always, Discord is where a lot of the video game esports scene lives right now. So it's a good place to go. And a good place to go as well is Evo, which is coming up later on this year. Of course, Evolution, one of the biggest fighting game tournaments, the biggest fighting game tournament of all time. And so PlayStation has been running these Road to Evo tournaments here, and just wanted to let you guys know that the
Mortal Kombat 11.
Mortal Kombat 11 finals are coming up soon. So you definitely want to be able to watch that and see who will win the free trip to EVO. That's going to be, the MK Finals is for NA and EU, and it will be on the 24th. So in just a couple of days, the last tournament for MK11 Road to EVO, winner gets a trip to Evolution in Las Vegas.
Now, someone's going to ask, oh, hey, James, you talked about this and I get to go to EVO. How do I enter? Well, guess what? You don't, buddy. I'm going to be that guy. It's already been determined. There are 8 finalists in each region, respectively, and the winner of those tournaments will be flown out to EVO Las Vegas 2023, as James mentioned moments ago. So, yeah, remember, June 24th. Tune in and go see how that pans out. Now, I believe that is it from us tonight. There's no Street Fighter 5 tournament going for Road to EVO because it's going to be Street Fighter 6 at EVO today. So you can look forward to that in there. But yes, as always, it has been a pleasure doing some commentary with the good old Street Fighter 6 commentator here, real-time commentating Street Fighter 6, the real Hollywood dude, James Chen over there, and commentating for you guys at home, the viewers. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us on PlayStation. Make sure you follow PlayStation on all the respective social media outlets, and I hope that we do see you again soon. We'll find out, because again, there's many plans everyone's making, and we're in a shift. We're in a very big shift for fighting games in general within the next couple of months. So look forward to all the fighting game action, and PlayStation Esports is going to be home to one of them. So yes, but I love you and leave you. We got dinner to eat because we're on American hours. So we'll see you soon.
All right, enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your 8 p.m. dinner, jammers. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.
PlayStation